He's done it again, folks. He's developed more opinions, and today we're going to be taking a look at them. So I've had a look at your website since, and you started linking to. I keep a list of stuff I watch here.
Yeah.
Now, recently, in the last couple of months, maybe years, I don't know, we've really been like putting thoughts into our website rather than anywhere else that we make stuff, which I really like.
This in particular was prompted by, I was using a site called Tracked. We may have talked about this before, to keep track of I'm not really about ratings. For me, it's not so much about the ratings. The ratings is so that if somebody goes, "What's a good TV show?" and I can order it by ratings and go, "Oh, I enjoyed this one," so that blah blah blah. But it was just a way of keeping track of it was aiding my memory because I've got a poor memory. And then Tracked went to shit, so I replaced it with a Bash script to keep track of stuff I watch. And this isn't because there's a certain thing that a certain kind of like connoisseur or nerd does where they think they're objectively rating what is the best and worst of something, and we're not doing that. No, it's more for fun. It's more what do we enjoy. Also, your T-shirt has deteriorated last time that we did this. Yeah. So I'm keeping this on until the weather isn't. I'm not changing T-shirts because it was mid-30s, right?
That's crazy.
For like a fucking week. I was just spraying myself with water constantly and sitting in front of this fan, and this was like drooping, soaking with water for a week, and I'm like, what's the point of changing it when I'm just doing that to it? But I'm keeping this shirt on, and this is my summer shirt now. I'm keeping this on until this weather fucks off.
It's a bit cooler today.
Yeah, this week is a lot better. I've said this a million times now, but 20 years ago, mid-20s was unbearably hot. Like that was about the hottest it got in England in the summer was mid-20s.
Mid-20s, really?
Yeah. I mean, abnormal. Occasionally every 10 years a day, maybe up to 30. But your average summer, the highest it got was mid-20s, and now it's mid-30s, and it's ridiculous. And now mid-20s feels cool to me, which in itself is absurd. Yeah, it's refreshing. 25.
Our summer's getting hotter because I used to feel like I was a summer person, and now I get older. I thought, you know what? No, or are they getting hotter? Is that just?
Well, it's in my lifetime. Like when I was a kid, it snowed deeply, kind of snow that would stick around for a week every year, like without fail. I mean, again, maybe once in 10 years, a year where you don't get that kind of snow. But you got a deep snow that stuck around for a week every year. And very often, every 2 or 3 years, you get, big, really deep snow and drifting. Like when we first moved here, there was a couple of winters where it was drifting up the side of the house, almost like up, like halfway up the house kind of thing. Just the snow was drifting. It was amazing. And like now we get maybe every 3 or 4 years, some snow that sticks around for almost a day. Yeah. And that's it. Like, that's noticeable. The way it rains has changed. You used to get days of, like, heavy downpour. Like, you don't get that anymore. You get that heavy downpour for an hour, a couple of hours. You don't get 3 days in a row where it's raining heavy for 3 days. Very much. That's changed. And, yeah, summer's getting
But we still get floods.
Well, I did laugh at the BBC website where it went from like severe heat warnings, to that ended, and then severe flood warnings. Yeah, because the ground hardens, the sun bakes the ground, and then yeah. So
anyway,
we've my very English rant about the weather.
And of course, there's no air conditioning on the buses.
That was the thing I was going to add. As I get older, because I used to be very much a winter person. Like I could be in a t-shirt to like 3 degrees. I could be comfortable in a t-shirt when I was younger. Now, no. As I'm getting older, the colder is becoming less and less pleasant, and the warm is becoming less unpleasant. I deal with it better than I used to. I still don't deal with it well, but I deal with it better than I used to.
Even the really, really hot weather?
Well, we never had that. So that's new, but no, I mean, that's just unpleasant for even people like you who enjoy the heat. Like 34, 35 that's too much.
And I'll tell you what, people cannot drive in this heat. It is
how you have to drive differently when it's hot.
Oh well, I have to feel like I have to drive much more defensively, like everyone else is an absolute raving nutter, because people's decision makings, the cars that pull out in front of buses and all that kind of stuff, just
a psychological thing because of the heat. Yeah, because
it must be a psychological thing.
Like last week when it was that, I couldn't think. Like if complex thoughts were presented to me, I was like my brain doesn't have the power.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that like it's definitely got to be something that's looked at driving under the influence of that kind of heat, because I think it becomes more dangerous, and
I mean, also we should get in now before foreigners tell us like, oh, it's 35 here all the time. Like, okay, it's first of all, this is a very wet country. So
Sloppy,
here the
some
other
might
day
say.
it was 33 degrees, which is 90 something F, and 88% humidity. And because it's that humid, that means at night, if it's 33 in the day, it's going to be 27 at night, and humid. And it's fucking horrible. And on top of that, our houses are built out of thick bricks and black tile or slate roofs that are literally designed to soak heat up and hold it in. And we don't have air conditioning. Like, it's different if you're living in the Sonora Desert in Arizona or Nevada, whatever it is. That's different because at night it will go very cool. It's dry heat, and you just need to be in shade to be cool, give or take. And it's cooler at night, which is neither. Plus, you generally have air conditioning.
Yeah. So, Bill Earns to you, Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible being on the buses in that kind of weather as well, because I swear you drench your shirt as well, like in sweat. Yeah. There's nothing you can avoid. Like,
yeah.
It's,
do you have a fan at least pointing at you, or?
Well, yeah, but it does nothing. It's just blowing hot air at you.
I mean, that's the thing. Once you get to around about 35, well, it depends on humidity, but once you get to around about 35, like the air temperature is about the same temperature as your skin temperature, so you become incapable of losing heat to sweat. Yeah. I mean, I was on those days. I was literally soaking myself with water, putting the fan on full, and just sitting in front of it for 10 minutes, just to get any sense of being cooler at all.
Yeah, I mean, we're a bit lucky here. There's air conditioning in the bedroom, which is quite.
That's luxury. That is. I would love that so much.
Very, very luxurious. Yeah.
What does it when it's like mid-30s outside? What is it capable of getting it down to? It's a really good one.
As cold as you want it to be. Like it's built into the house, like the Americans.
So come live in your bedroom. Would Rosie mind?
There might be some room under the bed or something. Or
put me a cot. In the cot.
Yeah, can you sleep in the shower?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
yeah, it's we haven't even put it down to like the. To be honest, it's so powerful. We can open the doors in the house, and if we keep it running, it will cool the whole house down.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that powerful because I've looked into it. Like, I can't afford it, and I can't afford to run it. But I've looked into it because this room's fairly big, plus the high ceilings. It would take like I think it told me 24,000 BTU one to cool it, reasonably, which is incredibly expensive. Like the cheaper ones you can get, like 200, 300 pounds, are like 10,000 BTU.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you think, do the higher ceilings help?
Well, they help for a short, because obviously heat rises, so the hot air goes up there and it goes up further away from me. But obviously, as more hot, as it gets hotter, it comes down.
There's a limit.
Also, in this house is really fucking bad. You can literally feel the heat changing as you walk up the stairs, step by step. Like you take a step up, you feel your face getting hotter and hotter. Like the air is just noticeably hotter as you come up. Horrible.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Have you tried freezing anything and then putting that in front of a fan? Does that work? Or?
Yeah, again, but I think that still relies on. I think that works well when lower humidity. Like I think they call them like swamp coolers and evaporative coolers and stuff, which relies on sticking vapor water into the air and then evaporating it, taking energy out of the air. But that relies on the air already not being saturated with water. So
dehumidifiers might be.
Yeah, a dehumidifier and an evaporative cooler, would do it. Yeah, a bit, but then it's nowhere near as effective as proper air conditioning.
No, so one thing that we're jealous of the Americans for.
I mean, it's just that we're not built for it. We're not built for this weather.
We're built for rain. Opposite. We're the rain men.
We're built for bang in the middle.
Yeah.
So our houses not particularly good at not particularly good at protecting against extreme hot or against protecting against extreme cold. We're built for right in the middle, like the colder end of the middle.
Yeah, yeah. Also, since we're preambling, Have you noticed I'm on a different headset and microphone today?
Oh, I hadn't. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
noticed.
yeah. No, you sound good. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually Rosie's headset.
I was going to say because Rosie, when Rosie was talking on a headset the other day, everybody was surprised that was a headset because it sounds so good.
It is, yeah. So I'm on that today because she's got on her side of the computer room. She's got a white computer. She's gone for. So I've got all the black stuff, like I've got the black mouse here. She's gone for all the white. So I think she got these in a sale or something, and she wanted the white ones. She's always been lusting after the white ones, but could never quite justify the purchase because they're about 130 quid or something.
It's not bad that's not bad for how good it. Are the headphones good as well?
Yeah, the headphones are great. Yeah. But
it's Bluetooth looks like.
Oh, it's not Bluetooth actually. It's its own.
You got a wire.
No, you can put a wire in. It's just got its own dongle. It's just.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's always better than Bluetooth.
Yeah. And you just plugged in, and it has worked on Arch, no problem. Like it literally is just plug and play, no issues whatsoever. Really enjoy it. And I thought, well, you know what?
I think those in terms of just compatibility with Linux, those dongles always tend to be a bit because Bluetooth's hit and miss on every system.
Yeah.
Whereas those dongles, because they just register, like it's all the magic is done in the dongle. It just registers as a normal USB as far as the OS is concerned.
Yeah. So, and I've given it a spin a bit, and I keep thinking about it, and it's like, well, and also the battery on these, like she's like charged them once in the entire time that she's owned them, so. That's
really good.
Yeah, she does tend to play on speaker a fair bit. So, but yeah, she picked these out largely because they're comfortable. Like that's one of the things that she was quite. I don't know if we went round to Curry's and tried on all the pairs or something to find the ones that. Yeah, because it's with the glasses. When you got the headphones and the glasses, the combination is quite important.
Well, I mean, I don't wear glasses yet, and I find headphones incredibly. That's why Like most, I'll go with the earphones. Yeah, I can't. Headphones, I don't like the enclosure. I don't like the pressure on my ears. It always makes my ears hurt after a while, like the cartilage part of my ears.
Yeah.
And just get hot and sweaty very quickly as well.
Yeah. So eventually I thought, you know what? I got the white ones, and then I just had these ones then. Because I know they work, I know whatever, and so I think I keep
thinking that screen behind you is really like dirty.
Oh yeah, it's a television that when you put it into standby, it's just a painting.
Got a picture of it. Yeah.
Which I don't.
I keep thinking it smears and weird reflections, and then I'm like, no, that is quite clearly there's still life for some flowers. I think.
I don't. Yeah, maybe I could do something with this, but it's only half the screen. Like it's in the corner of the room on a neat cabinet, so I can't really do anything with it.
I mean, what you should really do is just like leave porn playing, like it's an extra thing.
I could put a Union flag on it for our nationalist. I don't know. Comments on suggestions or anything like that. So, but no, I'm really liking them at the moment. It's nice. It's nice that I've got all the. I don't have to worry about cable. I'm not usually a wireless kind of person. I actually quite like wires because you know where you are with wires.
But with controllers, I prefer wires. Just always to me feel more responsive. But like there is something nice about being able to, sit back and not having to worry about the wire.
Yeah. Although I've got this old Stadia controller here. I can't remember if I got a refund for like Stadia. Yeah, I got a refund for this. This is a free controller. Because when Stadia went out of business, they gave... I paid for like... Is it the starter pack or something like that? Or like...
Yeah.
And which came with the controller. And it was like a £40 controller. It's a good quality controller. Yeah. Although the things have worn off a little bit, but that's fine.
They always do. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. You can get little like controller condoms that you can put over them that sort of replace them.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'd rather take it off, but other than that,
they never bother me. They don't need to be smooth to me.
And when Stadia went out of business, Google made it so that these just work on standard Bluetooth, and so it is kind of my controller. And to be honest. It works perfectly now. There was I forget what it was now. I had to look it up. There was like a command that you had to put in, or something you have to run to like make it consistently connect. There was like it was a known error in Arch. You just and I copy and pasted the command into the terminal basically, and or did I add a line to a config file or something like that? I don't know. It was something very simple, and now it just works flawlessly. So
good, yeah. I mean, it is, yeah. It's the right layout with the sticks in the middle. Yeah, so it looks like a perfectly fine controller. Yeah.
But the Bluetooth on this, which is the B-Link, is really don't have
did you want to say what headphones they were in case anybody was like, "Oh, need a new headset"? I mean, I don't. It's not an advert, obviously, but
no. What is it? Hang on a minute. Oh, it'd be in my pipe wire.
It's not a big deal. Just in case anybody was like, "Oh, what a good headset." Yeah.
HyperX Cloud 3. There we go.
Oh, gamer stuff.
Yeah, although it doesn't sound traditionally gamerish in the because like usually gamer headphones,
very
compress the audio.
Yeah.
But this
also, is not aesthetically, it doesn't look gamery.
No, it doesn't. No.
All over it.
Yeah, it makes sense actually. It was the gamer section of Curry's, I think it was. Because the Office stuff is just not awful, but it's just so like basic. They put all of their like in terms of like percentage of showroom, like their home office stuff. I don't know. It all seemed very underpowered. It all seemed very basic. It all seemed very cheap. And like and I know with gamer stuff, traditionally they just slap on a premium and just make it stick on some LEDs and it's gamer. But honestly, it did feel like the better stuff was in the gamer section. Even the chairs,
the gamer stuff when it's bad is bad in a different way than the Office stuff being bad.
Yeah, I mean the Office stuff was just. I don't know. It's your standard keyboard, and your standard mouse, and your standard computer.
I kind of like that now. I like the basicness thing. But yeah, for something aesthetic, for something where the aesthetic matters, the sound of the sound matters.
Yeah. But also, like, I mean, this keyboard, it was also one that Rosie initially got, and then I was like, oh.
She get Rosie's hand-me-downs. It's cool.
Well, I mean, she got the white one, but I just ended up
yeah.
But they didn't do 75% keyboards in the non-gaming section.
No, well, you need your external there, so you need the.
Yeah, but you always criticize me for the 75 being decadent with extra keys.
I think you over to something how much I do, but I find those keys pointless.
I use them,
and you use them, so it's perfectly fine. Yeah, I mean, I've got my very peculiarly laid out happy hacking keyboard.
Yeah, you do not have arrow keys. That is what I can't get my head around.
I mean, they're on a function layer. I just don't use arrow keys apart. The only thing I use arrow keys in games where they're hard coded to arrow keys.
How do you get around that? Do you just use a controller or something?
No, I just use hold down the function key with my little finger and play like that. It's fine.
Is it not like HJKL for your arrow keys?
No, it's on this one. It varies from keyboard to keyboard, but it's PL semicolon and angle thing. It's that cluster there.
Oh, that one there. Yeah, PL semicolon. I got the @ sign and the apostrophe there. Yeah,
this is an ANSI layout. So the @ sign is on the number 2.
Okay, is that what it's called? I just known it as the American layout or the Mac layout.
I mean it's ANSI, the ANSI US layout versus the ISO UK layout.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so
I always because I've always bought like not weird keyboards, but niche keyboards, I guess. Yeah. And I always insisted on the UK layout until what was it? It was some keyboard that only came in ANSI, but after using it for a little bit, I was like, "This is a better layout." The UK layout wastes so much space with the Enter key. Like, why is the Enter key like this fucking big? And if you look at like the shiny bit where you've used it, it's one spot. You don't need it to be that big. It's not like you hit it at various heights.
Yeah, well, you could only get one other button there, really, couldn't you?
I would need to have a direct comparison.
It's like it just really, if you think about it, only takes up the space of 2 buttons.
Yeah. So mine in comparison to that is the bottom part is longer, so you're missing the hash key, but you get an extra key. So I've got a delete key where the top half of the Enter key is.
A delete key, not a backspace key.
Well, it's labeled delete, but it's you choose with switches whether it's delete or backspace. For me, it's backspace.
So where does the backspace key go? Or what's beneath it? What's beneath the enter?
Beneath enter is shift, so you get a longer shift key on the right, which is nice.
A longer shift key?
Yeah, so you get a long shift key on the right as well as on the left.
Well,
which is nice.
I've got a long shift key on the right and a short one on the left.
Oh, is that what I'm making up? Yeah, hang on. Here's the comparison. Here's the image. Oh, that's you have to open that in a browser because that's black on grey.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Let's see.
What we got? That's got labeled 2 return keys, which I don't think is right even on a. I think the top return on the ANSIs, that's actually usually the slash key, not on my layout, but
okay.
But yeah, that tall return key. As soon as I used the long return key, that started bothering me. The problem with this keyboard is return is right next to backspace, which can be
return shift. So you got, it says two return keys.
Yeah, that top return key is usually backslash and pipe. It's
backslash and pipe.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. What's new page up, page down? New page up, page down.
I don't know if that's. Yeah, again, that's wrong as well. That's wrong on both layouts.
What's this? What is this layout?
This is badly labelled. But
what is like Alt and Alt GR? I've never quite understood the meaning of the differences because they're different.
It's one of those things that I've looked up and gone, and then immediately forgotten several times. Yeah, I don't know.
Who is it that we know that's really good with keyboard shortcuts? Is it Hamish?
I don't know.
Someone that we both know is like, oh, what's the shortcut? Because it was they told me it was for the shortcut for the the TM trademark sign, which is I think it's Alt GR Shift and 8, the number 8.
Well, that's not standard. That depends on that's up to X really. So usually a window manager will set that. That's not a.
It seems standard across Windows, Mac, and Linux. Or maybe not Mac.
Maybe like a de facto, but like on my setup where I haven't set that up, it does nothing.
Okay. But like, yeah,
software might do it. Like a browser might do it or whatever. But yeah, no, that's not.
But
that's not.
Alt GR seems to have a different typing layer than Alt.
Yes, yeah. So I think some keys have Alt and Alt GR, and some keyboards just have Alt and right Alt. I think on some keys, they send the same key sim. On some, they send different ones, but not the GR one. And then there's also the GR one. I think that's how it is.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, Alt GR and also that weird menu button, which, what do I have the menu button strapped to? Oh, nothing.
See, I on my laptop, I don't have that on this keyboard, thankfully, but on my laptop, I just make that a second super key because the laptop doesn't have a super key on the right.
Oh, this doesn't have a super key on the right, but why do you need a super key on the right? Or is it just something you've done?
Laziness, if you want to just do a single key combo with this hand rather than this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that makes sense if it's for key combos, yeah. See, I sometimes, because it is a menu key, I sometimes bind it to a menu, like as in like brings up my main menu, my like applications menu or something. My like
Roffy. To what super keys tend to do on like on Windows, the super key brings up the start menu, I think.
Yeah. Also speaking of
the menu key.
The menu
another relic. Like keyboard key, like we do need like the menu key is for a time when people didn't have right mouse buttons.
Yeah, although I can't. That's not in my lifetime, is it?
Hang on, Macs. But then I'm not sure Mac keyboards have the key. There was a period when one button mice were
okay.
I guess.
Okay, because I remember them coming in with Windows 95. So presumably you could operate Windows 3.1 and below with a single button mouse.
I'm trying to remember because I like Windows. I still like Windows 3.1 as a way of interacting with the computer, but I can't remember whether I think it had context menus, but again, there's probably a menu key or something that did that.
It was Control Alt on both sides, and then the space bar in the middle. That's the only buttons you got.
Was it at that time?
Yeah. I remember it. I've got the old PS2 connected keyboards without the.
Let's have a look. Hang on, I've got a Model M on my shelf. Let me just see.
A Model M.
That's got buttons that are too dusty to read.
Like, Yeah, it's.
Here we go. I've got a picture. So what's on that? That's the UK. Oh god, that's a tiny picture. That looks like Alton something.
There we go. There we go.
Right, that's a better picture.
Pinterest.
So that's a 90s. Yeah. There's no menu key there. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, same picture I've got on Pinterest.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Fucking Pinterest. Go away, Pinterest. No one likes you. Yeah. So that's how they look. Sometimes they didn't have the space in between them because that space in between them doesn't seem like it has much of a point.
I guess it stops you mistaking one key for another, I guess. But whether that's a thing or not, I don't know. Model M was a nice keyboard. Oh, that's a short Model M without the...
Oh, without the... That's a 75% Model M.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a thing or whether that's a modernly made thing. Might have been a thing. I'd love one of them.
Yeah, it looks kind of nice. But there we go. Right, anyway, should we talk about the thing that we came here to talk about?
Well, I've got a slight preamble for that.
Oh, a more preamble? Yeah, no, go for it.
So yesterday I spent all day just like putting all the games I could. I use Steam and use the history thing on Steam. All the games I could remember playing in the last few years and rated them. And then I realized I could change the dates so they didn't interfere with what I'm currently watching and whatnot. Anyway, today I'm doing books.
Okay.
I'm using a book site that I used a few years ago to keep track of what you read and stuff, and transferring that information over. And is it weird? Right. So
yeah,
for books, it feels a little bit weird putting a book in without an author.
Yes.
So it's going to say, what's a book?
This is how you lose the Time War. Das Kapital.
This is how you lose the Time War. But not the name of the author next to it, which feels weird for books. But excuse me. But doesn't obviously feel weird for movies, TV shows, games, videos. It only feels weird for books. I mean, books, I said this in chat, they're more commonly thought of as being the work of just one person and, often are just predominantly the work of just one person. So they are more strongly authored. But it's odd that's odd. Because I feel strange just putting the name of a book in with and somebody's going, well, who was that by? How am I going to look that up without an author? But not with the other things.
Also, a lot of books.
I'm not going to put an author field in just to account for books.
a lot of books sort of have very basic names, don't they? That are probably replicated.
Well, again, I mean, there's loads of there's loads of.
But you put the year of the movie in.
Well, I've got the year of the publication of the book, so this is me convincing myself I don't need to put an author field in. Because if I put an author field in, then I've got to use it for movies, so then you put the director, I guess. But I've always found that odd with movies, why we prioritize the director over the writer, or they're all sort of, yes, the director has more control over the form of the final thing, but the writer certainly has a significant input into the thing.
I don't know, you could put it in the title.
Yeah, I don't like that. I thought about doing that, but I don't, because then it's no longer strictly a title. That gets messy then. If I was going, I'd rather do an author field than do that. I did come up with the same idea, and I thought about it, but yeah, I don't think I like that. But there's many indie games that are the work of one person.
Yeah.
A lot of the games I play are made by one person, but I never think, I should put the name of the person who made this game next to the game. But we do with books. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I think I've decided it's fine. It's unusual, but it's fine. If somebody wants to know, have I got the books? I haven't really got the books up yet.
You've got 6 books up.
Yeah, I've put more in, but I've not generated it yet. If somebody wants to know who wrote Dirtbag Essays, you can just fucking search it, can't you? I don't need to give you that information. Same as with the films and TV shows.
Yeah. Is films and TV so you've done films, TV shows, video series, games, books, films and TV.
Yeah, because when all became a mess of films, TV shows, videos, but I myself am going to look at, predominantly, I'm just going to want to look at films and TV, so I added that on as well. I think the script actually handles that really well. The name of the page is the same as the regex. So but the thing is, you've got yours by date and by right. See, you've got a lot. I haven't managed to find a way that I like to actually cross-reference all of that on my break it up. So I've got on my website, I've got, where did I put it?
List of movie ratings. There we go. So all at the moment, what have I got? Oh, I've got them categorized, but they're only listed as a category. So you can't sort by them. It just tells you what it is.
Yeah. Well, that does, like, if this was database generated, that would be trivial. But with us doing things, we're kind of trying to do a databasey thing in a static way. So it means generating one page per every. So I've gone from generating 2 pages to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. And it's, yes. I mean, it's all automatic. It's not a big deal, but it starts to at that point feel like this is more a database thing. Really. Yeah. But it kind of ultimately it is a database. It's a TSV, which is a crude form of database.
Because you keep using tabs, which is okay. So I've done it. Okay, this might be a really bad habit that I do. So tell me if it is, and chide me appropriately.
Let me finish that thought.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Even then, I think if you just got a page that's database driven, but it can only generate 14 views, 14 specific views, why generate that on the fly every time somebody requests it? Why not just statically generate it? Anyway,
statically. So why? I don't know why. It just, to me, feels the easiest is that when I'm working on something like the bash script that generates my my movie ratings page, I edit the code in production. Like sometimes I'll make a copy, like Movies 2, and then edit that, try something out. Yeah. But I'm just editing in production, like, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then when I'm happy with something, I will cat the script file, copy paste that into Codeberg, which and just do that through the web interface.
Yeah. Why not?
But Cat does not support tabs. In fact, the console does not support tabs.
Is this the truth of why you're against tabs? Is because of this absurd workflow? What have you got against Git push?
Because you have to do it in folders. You have to, do you know what I mean? Like all my scripts.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, you can just make, which I've done. You just make your local bin folder. Yeah. Just make that a repo.
Yes, I've seen you could do that. I suppose I could, but
no, I see your point though. It is absurd. Wing and I have been talking about how absurd Git is. Like, I use Git I don't care about the history on Git.
No,
for all it for me is it's remote backup. Really, like I don't care about previous. Maybe I care about like 2 previous versions or something like that, but I certainly don't care about having the entire edit history of everything I've ever done to this stored with the thing. I don't care about that. I just want something that, like, maybe a couple of snapshots. The ability to do a manual snapshot would be nice, and that be the only history that it records, which somebody could argue that's what you're doing with Git, but it doesn't feel like it. Git feels like enormous overkill for what I do, like immense overkill. Wing's actually working on his own thing to take account of that.
Okay, interesting. Honestly, this seems like something that we might all end up having our own.
yeah. We just write our own version of it.
Because the thing is, it for small projects like that, you're right. Like it feels overkill, complicated. And to be honest, I already back up everything on the server. I've got a little script.
In the situations where I fucked it up and I can't remember how to get back to what I had, where you would want to do a reversion. You know, you'd want to actually use Git in its intended way. I don't know how to do that, so I don't.
I can do it through the web interface, but then you're back to copying and pasting again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's all I do. That's why I like Kitty, because the copy and pasting features in Kitty are great. Otherwise, I'd be on Xterm. But I just like something that I can just copy paste in and out. I'm copy pasting in and out of the terminal.
What does Kitty do for copy and paste?
Oh, it's just Control-Shift-C, Control-Shift-V.
I mean, what are you doing? What are you actually doing?
Mostly code or URLs or just all sorts of stuff. Sometimes, like if I'm doing like the movie show and TV ratings, I'll copy paste the title from IMDb because I'm too lazy to type it.
Sorry, I'm not phrasing the question well. I mean, what is it that you're doing that you can't do on X? Because on Xterm, obviously, I can select text and copy it. What is it that you can't do on Xterm?
So it's mostly to do with large amounts. So you can't select large amounts of.
Before, yeah. So if it's scrolled off, if it's in the scroll back.
Yeah.
So how does that work with Kitty? What do you do?
You just scroll back like it's just a text box. It's just great.
I mean, you can do that in any terminal.
You can do it in like GNOME term.
Oh, but it doesn't. No,
like,
this is sorry, we went down this path. But you said it doesn't retain when you try and go across screens.
Yeah, it's awkward in that way.
Yeah.
So it's just a little quirk of when I used Xterm locally, I would just pipe it into I made a script that would use, I think it's Xclip or something, and so I would just pipe it. So I called the script Yank because and then so I would just do cat whatever it is I wanted pipe Yank, and then it'd be straight to clipboard, and I'd have exactly, and that was great. In fact, that was almost even better. But when you're doing that across servers, I haven't actually tried this at all.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Does Xclip work on like through SSH? No, because it's doing it on. Oh, is it doing it on where the terminal's running, or is it doing it where the shell is running? I always get confused by that stuff. Yeah, no, I
don't know. Yeah, I assume it's doing it on the shell, not on the terminal.
If that's the case, then it should.
No, you want it to happen on the terminal, right? You want when you copy.
Oh yes, yeah.
You copy stuff, you want it to be on your X server, not on no X server that doesn't exist on the. Yeah. I don't know.
And I've never tried, so maybe one day I will, because I like Xterm. I like how fast it is. I like it being, as you said about John Major, back to basics. Love that opening line. But Kitty's okay.
I didn't think I would settle on it when you were using it. I was like, I'm not giving Xterm a go for a while. And as soon as I saw that emojis work, which I think was my only problem with it previously, and again, I keep trying to think, do I really care about emojis in the terminal? And I think I do a little bit. It's nice when I get an email with emojis in it, I can see the email, or if I'm writing a blog post with emojis in it, I can see them in the. So I think I care enough. I'm surprisingly happy on Xterm.
Yeah, I like emojis for like little punctuation things in my website. Because I don't use. I like to keep it as slim as possible. So they kind of, you like maybe a picture here, picture there type of thing, but an emoji will just do that.
Yeah.
Although I've taken a lot of my emojis out for my latest. I'm not finalized on my website design at the moment. I've scaled it right back to something a lot less aesthetic.
I wouldn't say less aesthetic. I was looking at it the other day and I was thinking you're very good at layout and you're really good at colors in a way that I should be, because I've got the design training and I'm not good at this stuff. But
colors is easy, just because you just use the hex code and you find the patterns in the hex code and you just
but choosing colors that sometimes I'm like, I want a bright color on, but it felt like I can in a painting I can do it, but for some reason on layout I can't think of the colors that make sense.
Is that why you have no respect for pixel art?
No, pixel art. I respect pixel art. I just think it's over. Like, it's just a way of drawing, and it's two things. First of all, it's just a way of drawing, and people like, you don't hear anybody going like wanking off over pointillism in the same way. It's just a style of drawing.
Yeah,
and also 99% of it is the style of pixel art from SNES's in 1990 whatever. They just copy that one style, where there's loads of other, like the earlier pixel art had a particular aesthetic to it that was gorgeous, that nobody does. They just do that cutesy fucking Japanese bullshit SNES shitty pixel art that's everywhere. Everybody looks like a fucking pillow, and I hate that particular style. And that's 99% of when people. Also, you've got me going now. Fucking, there's certain categories on Steam, certain tags that just drive me fucking nuts, like pixel art. Who gives a fuck whether a game is when you're deciding to play a game? Who goes, I'm in the mood for a pixel art game? That's fucking absurd. And I feel the same way about great soundtrack. Like that can certainly augment an experience, but I'm not going to go like, I feel like playing a game with good music. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And the type cozy can fuck off. The words cozy and wholesome have been corrupted by fucking millennials to mean bland as all fucking shit.
Cozy's fine.
Wholesome, no, it isn't, because it's cozy is nice. Cozy is a nice feeling. These games that advertise themselves as cozy, they're not. They're fucking bland and unthreatening. Is what they've twisted cozy and wholesome to mean. Fucking bland as all living shit, like the fucking music that young people listen to. Pop culture has become so fucking bland. I know, but it's true. Like every other fucking generation in the pop music era, the pop music that young people listen to was like challenging. Like old people listen to it and like, how is that music? It's like it's just noise, right? That's the stereotype, and it was based in truth. Young people, music that young people listen to now it's like the music my grandma listened to. It's like bland, musically bland, lyrically bland, narratively. It's just fucking bland. And I think it's in response to how scary the world is. Like, I get it. Like, the world is chaotic and turmoil and this churn of like threats and apocalyptic things. So they want something, calm and unthreatening. Like, I get it, but it's so fucking bland.
I mean, bland. I listen to bland music.
I like bland music from time to time, but young people should be rebelling a bit in their aesthetics. They should be pushing boundaries, right? With their aesthetic, that's their job.
We're not. Young people can't push boundaries. Have you seen all the laws? They're not even allowed to use social media now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's like they're. Yeah, again, I get it as a response to how scary the world is now, but at the same time, it almost feels like a willing subservience to authority. Like Taylor Swift, like perfectly adequate musician, very clearly a very talented musician, right? But she produces stuff that is just designed to be like the most middle of the road bland stuff, and that being the thing that the kids are all mad about, like it being so fucking generic, bland, nothingy. That doesn't feel right. Like the kids should be about. They should be. How we were listening to Gabba in the 90s, my dad was like, "How is this even music?"
Gabba.
Yeah, like the real stupid techno. The real noisy, dirty techno.
Okay. When you say young people, what sort of age bracket are you referring to?
Teens to I guess early 20s.
I have no idea what I listen to.
The youth.
The youth. I couldn't name. Oh well, there's Chapel Roan. I think I've heard a song of hers.
Yeah, I'll get bland as fuck. Like aesthetically, the presentation is like there, like drag queen aesthetic, all that stuff. They get like that, and even that is a very safe aesthetic these days. But like musically, it's Perry Como. It's what my grandma listened to.
What about? Did your grandma listen to the crooners? Like
yeah,
what's his name? Tony Bennett? Is that it?
Well, no, not the authentic crooners, but like the crooners that were 2 tiers removed from that would like tour at Butlins.
Oh right, like, okay.
The copy of a copy of that.
Yeah.
Which is what something like Chapel Roan or Taylor Swift or whatever. Or there's another one that's even more fucking awful. Like again, like it's technically well put together music, but again, it feels very like Marvel film, very focus grouped, very written by committee, very triangulated on a particular, like this is going to hit with our market kind of thing. Like, rather than it's not art.
From what I've seen of the streaming charts, it always, I'm not going to say surprises me, but I always notice that when a Disney film comes out, that on the streaming charts, which are the charts now, like about 7 of the top 10, 15 songs are just songs from that soundtrack, which is Disney just dominate the charts.
That seems like a resignation. That seems like a culture that's gone, we don't care about art anymore. We'll just take this secondary fucking slop that's designed to accompany pictures and we'll call it fucking music because why fucking bother?
Well, I mean,
it's not the Magic Flute, is it? It's not Fuck the Police.
I love the Magic Flute. Are you talking about the opera, the Magic Flute?
Yeah. Do you know the sort of the history? I don't know whether it's apocryphal or not, but the history with that, like the first performance, people walked out.
Oh, really?
Because it's Mozart. He was really pushing boundaries. He was pushing beyond what, again, like old people going, "How is that music?" They didn't understand how that was music at the time. That's the story, and the audiences walked out. Yeah, because it was pushing too far.
What was it pushing?
This goes beyond my theoretical music knowledge, but the things it was doing with harmonies, melodies, whatever, syncopations. I guess I don't know words. I don't really know the meaning of those kinds of things. What it was doing was like a couple of steps beyond, because when you're doing art, you sort of have to build on what was before, and you have to innovate. If you innovate too far, it's not recognizable as the thing. You just got to innovate the correct amount. So you're pushing the boundaries, not smashing through the boundaries. And that's an instance where the artist, Mozart in this case, like smashed through the boundaries to the extent that people didn't it's like, in the 1950s, if you'd come out with what was the classic like old people react to music, what's the name of it? Dubstep. If you come out with a dubstep, the Skrillex, if you come out with a Skrillex song when people were used to Elvis, it's not just that they wouldn't have liked it, it's that that would not have been recognizably musical to them.
Of course, they tried to ban Elvis, didn't they, for his sexual dancing?
He was, for his time, he was sort of pushing some boundaries, which is strange to think about. But that's the nature of it, yeah. And my concern is that the young people with their tastes, I mean, I'm sure it exists in small, but more of it than previously seems to be this, middle of the road bland stuff. And that is a little bit culturally worrying, honestly. Everybody listen. Like, I like bland stuff now and then. I like the really sort of like lowbrow, easy listening kind of country cowboy music.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I'll think that. I like that. That's nice. That's relaxing. That's unchallenging. I feel safe. That's a perfectly fine human impulse. But when 99% of that is that for 99% of people, I think we've got a problem.
I like Lo-Fi Girl. That's my.
I mean, that's a version of that. It's fine. It's fine now and then. But you should also listen to you like opera. That's great.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I have Radio 3 in the car because, I only drive to work, and there's no point having CDs and stuff. I barely get a chance to listen to a whole song, but it is actually quite nice listening to a bit of Radio 3 where there'll be no adverts. Because, to be honest, if I was listening to Classic FM, which is less challenging, because it's all fucking Vivaldi and shit. But there was a guy on BBC Three. Okay, I will turn off when it comes to the improv jazz. I'm sorry, the experimental jazz is too much for me. Right? It just sounds like
we've talked about this before. But they do have some mad shit on Radio 3.
Yeah,
like Radio 3 is the actual punk one. Because they all do. I remember it's like in the loud tractor. It was in the night. I was at uni and I put the radio on at night, and it was Radio 3, and it was something like 3 hours of ambient music and ambient audio from a cafe, like reconstructed so that it was musical or something like that, and it was like the maddest thing.
Wow. Yeah. It is like there was a guy that was having an interview. He was styled as what they call Black Mozart, and he was demonstrating. So he was there in the studio, and he had a keyboard, and he was demonstrating how you take like bits of like very well-known classical music, like Elgar or Beethoven, Mozart, something that you'll hear on a car advert, and he was just changing up. I don't know the technical terms for this, like keys and tempos and all that kind of stuff, and and he would take and literally live in the studio, he was morphing something very, very recognizable into something that was just sort of not, even though he was only.
That sounds like a fugue. That sounds like what what's his name? What he was good at fugues. Oh my god, German or German. God, it's complex. You did Toccata and Fugue in D minor, like the fuck. Hang on.
No, you're not thinking like Hall of the Mountain King kind of.
No, Bach.
Yeah.
So bad with names. Yeah, Bach. Like the fugue thing, where you take a simple melody and you just develop it until it's all over the place. Which is very much like jazz to me. Very jazzy. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
It felt more structured than jazz, but like it was taking something and sort of still using instruments. See, I don't want to use the word remix because he wasn't remixing it; he was just changing it.
Yeah. That sounds like that's Bach's whole fugue thing. Yeah.
They have all kinds of like just artists from I have no idea whatsoever, and they just come on, and the interviews are actually quite good. Like, I don't know. Again, I only listen to it in like 10-minute chunks, but they'll just.
I mean, like you say, if that was Classic FM, it's like half the time on the way to work, all you'd be listening to was adverts.
Yeah.
Who wants that?
Yeah, and then the other half would be like Vivaldi or Truskowski or something, you know, which I don't mind Truskowski, but like he's kind of a bit like, I don't know, of the go-to of classical music kind of guy, isn't he?
He is. I've read about Tchaikovsky a lot because he's one that like classical music aficionados they kind of sneer at.
Oh, do they?
Because he wasn't at the time doing the stuff that European music was doing, which is very sophisticated. Again, I can't remember the musical words, but it's very sophisticated things with like voices and instruments, like and melody progressions and stuff. I'm not even sure if those words make sense. So I understand it in my head, but yeah, Tchaikovsky wasn't doing that, so he's kind of like sneered at. But the bit that they miss is that Tchaikovsky was not trying to do that. He was trying to do something different because he didn't want Russian music to just be a copy of European music. He wanted Russian music to have its own thing going on, so he tried to make it more narrative, more like sort of warmer, richer. So the criticism of so a European musician at the time would be taking a melody and like playing like what you were talking about, playing it, doing different things with it, you know, like reconstructing it in different ways. The thing Tchaikovsky's prone to doing is taking a melody and playing it on different sections of the orchestra, so it sounds a little bit, and just like passing it around the orchestra and developing it a little bit. Yeah, which I think it's going a bit too far. Some Tchaikovsky stuff is way more sophisticated than that, but John Williams very much, I think, was emulating Tchaikovsky with his, like, you know, his big famous film music. It's very emotive. Like, there's March Slav by Tchaikovsky, and it just gets you going. It's just really. I
mean, John Williams is a bit overdone to me because he's just done so much. And
I mean, yeah, I'm talking about in the early days. Like, if you listen to that Star Wars theme and try and put how recognizable it is out of your head, it's very Tchaikovsky-y.
Yeah, that is true.
He's doing the same, very strident, martial kind of like dum 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 kind of things going on.
Yeah, but Radio Street, love it. Actually, to be honest, it's stuff that is stuff that challenges.
Every time it comes up, I'm like, I should listen to radio more.
Yeah,
I wish there was a good talk station. I wish even like they have in America where they have very localized radio and you can, you know, drive through a state or through a county or whatever and get that state's version of talk radio, and just even if it's mad right wingers, at least there's some variety to it. Whereas here it's just the talk shows just all. It used to be talk radio, right, and then it became talk sport. And I think it's all about sport
BBC
now.
5 or Radio 5
Yeah,
that's bland. Yeah, that's all sport.
Yeah. I used to like talk radio back in the day. I used to like local at night. They do like a talk show. I mean, they probably still do, but just
our closest thing is LBC.
Yeah.
But the thing about LBC, I don't mind James O'Brien. I know that Hamish doesn't particularly like him, but like, I can't listen to the right wingers on it. Like, they're not crazy white right wingers. They're just like fucking gammon.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Also, it's very London inherently. It's very London.
It is inherently very London.
It's very Westminster. Like, I don't really care. But I can listen to right wing. Like I say, if I was driving through America and I was just like listening to the right wing talk radio station in each county or state as I pass through it, that could be fun. But when it's national, it just feels like it's just a representation of that gammon spirit, like you say. It's not that it offends me politically. Even it's just dull.
Yeah, and I find it particularly irritating as well.
Yes, it's irritating. Yeah.
It's because
because the answer to every question is you just need to read more. You don't understand how the world works, and you just need to read some fucking books.
Or even just open your mind a little bit. Like, it just
yeah.
It just feels like, I don't know. It's all, you know, another Gen Z word for you. It's all vibes based, isn't it?
Long-time listener, first-time caller. Just want to talk about the Muslim attack on Christmas.
Yeah. Well, Christmas shouldn't have occupied November. They had it coming.
November, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I just, you know, maybe I'm a bit more removed, but I find American right wingers a lot more tolerable. But
yeah, no, for sure.
But maybe that's because I don't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm.
Well, this has come up actually. And did you read the Duel thing that I wrote?
Oh, bits. Yes, sort of. Okay. I skipped over the bits when you talked about the film.
So it's a little bit tongue in cheek, and I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit, but I half mean it as well, saying there's a certain kind of masculinity that isn't entirely toxic. There has some positive qualities to it, and certainly isn't worse than what's replaced it. And this sort of came up in. I've been watching the TV show Yellowstone, right?
Okay, yeah.
Which is from the point of view of people who own like $1 billion of ranch in Montana, and how they manipulate politics and stuff to maintain their power and property. But they're doing it against like West Coasters from LA who are coming in trying to like build hotels and stuff. So in that limited dichotomy, I'm on the side of the conservative landholders because they're at least trying to preserve something that is to some extent an authentic way of life. Again, they stole it from the Native Americans, of course, and that comes up very much in the show, like the irony of them trying to protect this lifestyle. But there is inside that, and I think it's a genuine representation of something core in the American sort of psyche or whatever. But and it is reactionary and right wing in those senses that we think of. But right in the middle of it, there is a sense of wanting to hold on to something that is valuable, a way of life, and a way. This town having a genuine, authentic spirit. Its occupants being people who live and work here and can contribute something to what this place is, rather than trying to come in externally and change it. And that's not about immigration. This is not about international immigration. This is about rich people coming in and trying to change its character and make it a resort, a theme park, a cowboy-themed theme park, rather than an actual working cowboy place. And I think there's something within that. And then I watched the first season. I was like, I wonder how American media has taken this. So I read a couple of reviews, and they were all on, like CNN or like the liberal news sites in America, and they were all like, "This is just Trumpist propaganda." That was their take on it. This is just a representation of Trump's whole fucking. And I was like, that's the core problem in America, that they don't understand that within what they see. Well, I don't know how to phrase it.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, but the thing that I just immediately jumped out at me is Trump is the fucking property developer.
Well, that's part of it. But he is also because the show's sort of like
he wanted to do that with Gaza, for fuck's sake. Like, come on.
Within capitalism, there is this currently there's a war between the financial capital, which is stock market, Wall Street, London Stock Exchange, investment capital, versus what's called provincial capital, which is people who own things like ranches, factories, businesses that are in some sense at least regional. And there's a contestation between those two things. And that's this. It's the ranch as a provincial capital, which Trump's base very much aligns with, against the financial capital, which is coming in, and developing things. And like Trump straddles both, but in terms of how he appeals to his base, he is representing that, the robust, entrepreneurial American business spirit. I'm not saying like the bulk of his base are that, but that's the ethos that he's sort of capturing. And what the show is arguing for on some level, while also criticizing. But to think of that as Trumpist propaganda is the most like lib-brained fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And that was very much in my mind when I was writing the Duel thing. Yeah, as a sort of metropolitan middle class fear of what is really authentic, authentically American in the settler colonial sense.
But the thing that gets me, this is lies of the right really laid out, is how like Trump is very obviously part lib. Maybe he is a lib really, and he's just managed to bullshit his way by being brash.
I think he if the Democratic Party was less had a stick up its ass, I think he more aligned with the Democratic Party at the time he chose to go into politics than he did with the Republican Party. It was more of a fight to get the Republican Party on side than it would have been for the Democrats. But the Democrats, that liberal middle class, he is so alien to their bourgeois sensibilities in his presentational stuff. That's their problem with Trump. Because every time before he ran for politics, he was interviewed about something political. He was on the Dem side.
Yeah, and also they're all friends.
Yeah, that's important to remember as well. Yeah, they're all on the same fucking side. It's not one side. Because American politics is very much presented as this side versus this side, Democrats versus Republicans. They're both on the same fucking side. You're on the other side.
Yeah, just remember,
them against you.
Yeah, the Democratic establishment would rather lose to Trump than win with Bernie. We all know it.
one thing, again, this is not to say that Trump hasn't done anything bad. I think he's been a very typical American president of both sides, but a more extreme one and a more unashamed one of doing the bad stuff for sure. But so under Trump, when the pandemic hit, he suspended student debts, right? As a moratorium on student debts through what's it called, a presidential executive order.
Yeah.
He just suspended student debts. Biden campaigned on ending student debt.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got into power, he could have done that by doing literally nothing. He could have just left that executive order in place, and then student debt does not exist anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do that. He campaigned on alleviating student debt and then undid what Trump had did. Now, Trump hadn't done it for political reasons. He'd done it for economic reasons because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But you could have just left that in place. But no, Biden... he wanted. There was 3 ways he could do it. I can't remember the details of them, but the first one was just leave that order in place. The second one was a way that probably would have worked, and the third one was a way that obviously wouldn't have worked. He undid the presidential order and then did the way he knew wasn't going to work because he doesn't actually want to do it. They don't actually want to do these things. The Democrats are very good at saying the right things and not doing them because they don't.
Didn't he write off a fair amount of student debt though?
I don't think he wrote any. I think he might have written off. Well, I mean, the moratorium stuff, some of it was... No, I don't, not that I know of.
Sure,
he did some okay Labour stuff.
Yeah, I heard about that. Look at it. Whoops! I got to put debt in there. Write off any student. He wrote off all the students. Okay. Oh, well, this is from the White House website. So I don't... President Biden cancels student debt for more than 150,000 student loan borrowers ahead of schedule. I mean, that's the White House website.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's something, but it's not what was, And again, he could have ended student debt outright easily by doing nothing at all.
Cancels 1.2 billion in student loans.
Anyway, should we get on to what we were...
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, by the way, just to circle back around to it. Yeah, I haven't found a way because the way that you've done it, I don't want to do it that way because I also want to arrange by other criteria like title. How do I do it? Title. Recency of it. Oh, year as well. I like doing it by year because I like looking at what's the oldest film I've done? Great Escape.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious about it because to me that doesn't seem useful, but yeah,
little timeline of memory, isn't it? And then title is really just to make sure I don't have any duplicates. Or it's just because I could put. I don't want to use JavaScript to do a search box or anything like that. That's
no. I mean, you can. This is all on one page, so you can Control F.
Yeah, Control F.
Yeah. Again, it's something that sites have provided that they've broken something and then presented a fix. If this is all on one page, you don't need a search box.
No, that is true. So back to yours. So you've done. First of all, video series. I've done a few video series. Unfortunately, TV series. Where's video series? Oh, I've done the Straight Line Mission. I've given that a 10. Given that a 10, I have.
Of course you did.
Love it.
That's your.
Hang on, if I do recency, I've got podcasts. I've put podcasts in mine because I do enjoy a good podcast.
Can you hear me over here?
I can. Yeah, just about.
Yeah, I thought about doing that, but I don't know. It seems weird assigning a mark to those. It got a little bit weird with games. I think the games are generally higher rated than the TV shows and films because with a game, I know more before I go in. You know what I mean?
Mm.
My games are more selected for me than TV shows or films are. TV shows or films, it's more like, sounds like something I could like, and you can be surprised either way, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with a game, it's like you very much know that there's more sort of objective to know about it before you go in, so it's more likely to be to my taste. And I think with podcasts, I think it would be the extreme version of that. I can't imagine a podcast because if a podcast is a 1, I'm going to duck out before the first episode is over. You know what I mean? The ones I'm sticking with are going to be 8s, 9s, 10s. So
that's true.
But then it's still nice to have a record of it because this is mainly for having a record. The ratings are secondary to me, kind of.
Yeah.
So, I've really struggled with whether podcasts should be included or not.
Okay, because there's a few like My Dad Wrote a Porno. Love that. absolutely fantastic. Great. Gave that a 9. And then so hang on, if I do recent podcast. Have I done, cheap show. That's just a podcast about tat, stuff that they find in charity shops or old music or Straight Line. I've given Megalopolis a 6. So
I saw that was surprising. I don't want to talk about it because we're going to talk about it on the space. I will just say, I mean, because I say it's a terrible film. I don't think anybody would argue that it isn't. It is. It's. And again, well, this is not like Magic Flute. It's not that it's beyond what I can recognise as a film. It isn't a film. It's not a film.
I like the bit where Adam Driver jiggles. He goes. That's one of my favourite bits.
So I do rate it on a 1 because it's not a functional film on any level, or do I rate it higher because it's really fucking fascinating?
It is fascinating.
So interesting. Yeah. It's fucking fascinating. And do I rate it like a 6 or a 7 because I am obsessed with it since watching it? I need to do the space version so that I can fucking talk about it.
Yeah, I know. I've given it a 6, but honestly, it's more interesting than Star Wars: The Mandalorian and Grogu, and that's a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, well, okay, not to go too far into it. The reason I picked it is because it's Coppola's like. You know how you're talking about how books tend to be, we think of them as a single author thing. That's why Megalopolis is kind of interesting to me.
Yes, it is. It is one man's manifesto, and I don't know what it's about or what he's saying, or it's like if somebody was. I sort of said this in chat. But it's like if somebody was super adamant, like, I really need to get my word out there. It's very fucking important that the world hears my opinions and how I think that I really need to get. And somebody's like, okay, we'll give you the money. You'll get your message out there. What do you want to say? And they're like, it's 2 hours of
Yeah, it's.
And it feels like if you're ever like waiting for an appointment that you dread and you don't want the time to pass, watch Megalopolis a few times because 2 hours felt like 7 hours. And
we watched it in 3 chunks.
It's not even very much hyperbole. It felt it dilated time.
Which actually,
maybe it's the greatest film ever made, and we just don't get it yet.
I have things I want to say that
same,
Clanker Man's good. I don't know if you've seen Clanker. It's a short film. I think it's about 10-15 minutes.
No, that one.
It's free on YouTube, and it's about it's a mockumentary. That's the word I was looking for. Like a fake documentary about all the noises you hear in a city.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
It's definitely worth a watch. Like. I could have put it on. It's not a video series because it is literally a short film. And I think it was shown at like some artsy-fartsy film festivals, although it is not an artsy-fartsy film. It's very, I think, lowbrow might go. I don't know, like it's not crude.
It sounds like highbrow, lowbrow.
Highbrow, lowbrow. It's lowbrow in a highbrow environment, but somehow it's been accepted.
High concept, lowbrow.
Yes, maybe. That could be it, yeah. It's not mid-brow.
That sounds right in my bag, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think you'd enjoy it. I think you get a giggle out of it. It's quite good.
I watched something the other day that I think you would perhaps enjoy. I don't think you are going to enjoy my description of it, but I think you would enjoy the thing itself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So bear that in mind while I'm describing it. It's called Video Heaven.
Okay. I've seen that on your thing.
It's very much in the style of the better end of YouTube video essays.
Okay.
And the video essayness puts me off, but I think you tend to like video essay. Yeah. And it's 3 hours. It's a movie. It's a movie documentary. It was released, cinematically. It's a 3-hour film about the relationship between video rental stores and society and cinema.
Okay.
And all of the footage for the whole 3 hours is just clips from films, ranging from like super indie to super mainstream, clips from films where a scene took place in a video rental store. And then there's a video essay, somebody talking over the top, script read by an actress who has a really good voice for it, actually. And just talking about what these scenes mean, how they relate to society, how they relate to the history of video stores, and and it's really good. It's really good. Video Heaven is the name. Very interesting way to do a documentary. An interesting subject.
Very good. Okay. Oh, that does sound interesting. I wonder if Clerks will be included in there.
Well, no spoilers. And that one, unlike Megalopolis, that's 3 hours that feels like an hour. Like it really, for the subject matter, it really flew by for some reason. It was really nicely done.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I can't stop thinking about Megalopolis.
Well, get my games list up.
Okay, yeah. Oh, but yeah, no, I've got. Well, hang on. Oh, sorry, I was just going to. What else? I got.
I mentioned this before we were recording, but for the audience, like when I was doing this list yesterday, there was a few entries where I was like, "Chris is going to have a problem with that one," and it'd be interesting to see.
Oh yeah.
Stuff on the ones I'd expect him to pick up on.
Video series.
I want to get it out there. Actually, no, I won't. I'll leave it.
Have I only got one video series? I've only got one video series. The Straight Line Mission. I've given it a 10.
Yeah, I've only got 2. There are other videos. There's video series that I enjoy that are too embarrassing to admit to watching that I'm not going to put on there probably unless my shame entirely disappears. And then I tend to just rewatch the ones I like, so I can't really think of any others at the moment.
Yeah, right. Games by date or by rating? Let's do them by rating.
Well, it's currently the same because they're all on the same day.
Okay. I've never played Black and White.
You should. Good. It's a 10.
So, Flat Out 2. All right. What would I give Flat Out 2? I don't know. It would be, probably a 10, to be honest.
I mean, that one's a weird one because it just is. It's very simple. There's nothing.
Yeah,
it's a racing game. It's just the racing game I enjoy the most.
Yeah,
for me, it's the perfect racing game. That's it.
Pretty much. I'm glad that. I mean, I really enjoyed when we play it, in the group chat and everything.
We should do that a bit more, yeah.
Yeah, we should do that a bit more, and we should do it with buses. We should do.
So I'm quite happy to do it in buses.
Yeah, that'd be good. Morrowind, 10. I mean, if any game's going to get a 10, it's going to be Morrowind, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is Amazing Cultivation Simulator?
That is a Chinese wuxia cultivation game. Where I think I have mentioned it to you before, where your goal is you're playing. It's very superficially RimWorld like. You're controlling some dudes and they're all living in this sect, trying to do Taoist cultivation, cultivate their inner cores to become immortal, essentially. And it's really hard. It's so hard to describe. There's a very good video that sort of jokingly does a review of it, but yeah, no, I can't describe it. I'm sorry, I can't describe it. We've talked about it before.
Okay,
it's great. It's great. It's ridiculous.
All right, Esoteric Ebb 9. Yeah,
I had it as a 10, and I think there's some recency bias going on with that. It is very, very, very good, but I think it'll probably fall to an 8 at some point because it's just a bit of recency bias. It is very, very, very good, but I don't think it's up there with, for example, it's not Morrowind. It's not Unreal World. It's not Mountain Blade.
It's not, but there's a lot I like about it. It's a good length. Yeah. It gets the small stuff right. Good length. Decided to go against the voice acting. Love that. I love the aesthetic style and the world that they've created.
Love the world. The world and the characters is its main thing, and because people are referring it to like as an inferior Disco Elysium a lot.
Never played Disco Elysium.
I get that. Disco Elysium's got more going on for sure, and it's a bigger game, and is more sort of coherent in its political outlooks. But
do you think?
I just find, but Disco Elysium is grueling to play. I do not enjoy the process of playing. I admire it, but I can't play it. Whereas Esoteric Ebb, with its, it's got a bit of whimsy, a bit of silliness, a bit of seriousness in there as well, and a bit of wonder and a bit of fantasy. That's just more palatable to me. Yeah,
because the thing is, to me, the politics, I find they're quite straightforward. Analogies, aren't they?
They're very superficial, though. They're very. The people who did Disco Elysium have a deep theoretical understanding of all these political positions and how they relate to the world. The person writing Esoteric Ebb has a very superficial understanding of these politics. I mean, starting with this, you could say this is intentional, but the way it's written, it's not. Like, you having a communist faction in a pre-industrial society of the character that is there just doesn't make any sense. In a world with magic, you don't really need to worry about who owns the means of production because your magic is the means of production.
But is magic the means of production in that world?
But, well, no. But again, it's trouble. I mean, Martin's stuff really has a problem with this. There's no economy in Martin's writing. There's no economy in Tolkien's writing because you have to think really. Well, it's not the thing they cared about, to be fair to them. But other, like Dune does have an economy. He's very much concerned with the economy. It has an economy that makes sense. But for example, in Lord of the Rings, where are the finished goods coming from?
Yeah.
How does the Shire, who are a bunch of subsistence farmers who have some surplus that they sell for profit, how have they got so many finished goods? Who's making them? They can't afford to buy them, and they're not making them in the Shire. Where are they coming from? It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I think George Martin has a bit more of an eye towards it.
He has a bank and a gold mine. That's it.
He has the clothes. Like they import a lot from Essos, which I suppose fills in a lot of economic gaps, doesn't it?
You just yeah.
They do have like grain stores and stuff like that. Like there's
I mean, that's 10,000 years ago. Whereas the Middle Ages had a very sophisticated political economy, and that is always absent. Always with an asterisk, absent from fantasy.
Yeah,
it gets in the way of the stories you want to tell, especially when you add magic. Magic really creates problems for economy.
So I don't know. Yeah, okay. I mean, sure, superficial, but like the principles sort of work, right? Because you got the Free Striders, which are like the globalist liberals, right? They want to property developers.
But again, but the point is, and this is what Disco Elysium understands, is that those positions didn't. It's not just somebody had an idea. It's like the magic flute thing. Somebody didn't just have an idea one day. They came from, and this is a Marxist point, they came from historical circumstance. You can't have an idea that isn't based in the reality in which you live. And you can't imagine a world that is that far away from how things already work. Like these things are stages to an extent, and they come from material, concrete situations. Liberalism didn't come out of nowhere, and somebody didn't wake up and go. Smith didn't wake up and go liberalism. It evolved from what came before in a particular circle. That's why it only came about in Europe, because you needed specific circumstances.
Well, yeah, but didn't therefore liberalism go happen far away?
What do you mean?
What Free Striderism, which is like their liberalism, didn't that just happen far away, and then it's coming in?
But even that, the way they describe that doesn't really make a ton of sense, and it doesn't make sense for it to be imported wholesale in the way that it was without a conquest, which is how we exported it.
Well, it's like an economic conquest, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can't have that in a medieval. That doesn't work. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they're underwriting all the contracts, government contracts. They're sort of doing it,
which is but the joint stock ventures is something that came out of you can't go to a place and go, we'll infest their joint stock ventures, because they wouldn't exist without liberalism. That's the point.
I hope you're not ruining this game for me.
It's like time traveling back to the Stone Age and going, we're going to take over their stock markets and be kings. It's the equivalent of that. Like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Yeah, I get. I did fine. I didn't think that deeply about it, to be honest. I think to some extent, I think that's a limitation of the knowledge of the person who made it. They're clearly not a deeply theoretical. I mean,
they
talk about immigration. They don't have passports. It's fine. It's fine.
This is my point. Disco Elysium, they do understand. They come from that background. They have, they get the theory of the politics. Esoteric Ebb, he doesn't. But I think setting it in a D&D universe makes that okay. The superficiality isn't a problem; it's appropriate. I'm really countering the criticism that gets leveled against it. He's hand waving on purpose because he knows his limits, and he's using this world because that makes it
They have
make
bikes.
as much sense as it can. Well, exactly. Yeah. He's not trying to explain where the bikes come from. It doesn't matter. That's the thing. Yeah. So I think Esoteric Ebb works. It's superficial, but that's not a problem for it because that's what they're going for. I'm okay with that. There's little bits where I'm like, that doesn't really make any sense, but it's not a big deal. Whereas Disco Elysium is far more grounded, far more cohesive, makes far more sense. If you think more deeply about the politics, but it's fucking tedious to play for me at least.
Okay. Is it worth giving it a go?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because the people who love it really, Morrowind levels of obsessed about it. It's clearly very, very good. It's just too sad.
Yeah.
I just feel sad playing it.
I feel like that about Black Mirror.
Yeah. Esoteric Ebb is charming. It's a delightful world to exist in.
Yeah. And it's about, like, as well, it's friendship and connections and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to try
that really got me at the end.
Yeah,
because I was thinking, I think in political terms. I'm quite a political person, and I was thinking about the politics all the way through. I was a committed Asgarlist, and then at the end, when it gave me the chance, I was like, I'm going to vote for Asgarlist, 100% committed. And then at the end, when it gave me the option of voting for what's his name, Slurn, the friend.
Oh yeah, Snell.
I was like, I literally cried, and I went, I can vote for my friend. Yeah. So yeah, on that level, yeah.
I did something similar when I played my first playthrough as the aggressively apolitical guy. I ended up being like, oh, I've been changed by this world. I'm now political. I will vote for everyone.
I love that. I love that as a journey from apolitical to voting for them all. Same end result, a different mindset. I love that. Yeah, no, that stuff is really cool. Yeah, I think Esoteric Ebb works, but the politics aren't as cohesive. But it works better on an emotional, human level for me.
But the politics are also like emotional as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and I think that's something that Disco Elysium lacks. I think politics should be emotional. It should be personal, and that not in the body politic, but like in that sense.
Yeah, because the Asgulls are like like it's a bit aesthetic, isn't it? It's the working class union type of thing, and then you got the Free Striders, which are kind of like international liberals, and then you got the what are the Norvik nationalists or whatever, the red ones, who were like
the kind of ethno-nationalists, but not. There's a bit of nuance there. There's a bit of complexity. It's not just that. It is something. Again, speaking to that Yellowstone thing, there is something worthwhile in the center of that. There is something worthwhile. The idea of maintaining a culture and stuff.
Yeah, and then there was like, oh, I could be the magic king and all that kind of stuff.
I could be the dictator.
Yeah. I do see. I want to do so many different characters, but the thing I worry about that game is it's not as branching as I'm going to hope it's going to be, is it?
Yeah, and I think repeated playthroughs are going to make that more and more obvious. And I don't want to. I don't think you want. I think you don't want to come to a position where you start to see behind the curtain and you appreciate the game less.
Yeah, see, the thing is with Long Live the Queen is that game branched out way more than I thought it did on replay. There are like 18 different endings. Love that game. That would get a 10.
Well, that's what. Yeah, did you see what I gave it? I can't remember what I gave it.
Oh, hang on. Oh, what the fuck did you give it? Why a 3? Why a 3?
Because I like. So it's okay.
I'm giving this list a 3.
Okay, what? Sorry.
This list a 3.
Okay, so I really loved. It's a dodgy game in some ways, but I really loved Princess Maker back in the day, which is very much what Long Live the Queen is an evolution of.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Princess Maker because it was cute and you could go into dungeons and fight things. There was like mini game kind of things that were actually not just presented as dialogue. You actually went in, you went into the dungeon, you fought things, you went to the dances and did you did not, all kinds of cool stuff. A variety of things to do, and it felt quite RPG-ish. You're like honing this character. Whereas Long Live the Queen is like the visual novel version of that, where it's all about learning the correct answers. Not always, but often, like you'll die if you go this way, or it'll all go wrong if you go this way. You just have to learn by repeatedly doing it which paths are successful and which paths aren't. And I find that kind of gameplay, entirely subjectively, absolutely fucking tedious. I like an explorative thing where all choices lead to something, but I don't like this. You have to, like, it's basically a roguelike. You have to learn what is the correct answer to all these fucking things, and then you fail, and you're like, well, I'm not happy with this run. I've got to start from the beginning again. Oh, it's this one, and then that one, and then I don't like that. I don't like that as a way of playing a game at all. And some people do. Like, that's not an object. That's not objective remotely. Some people very much enjoy that, and that's cool. But I really don't. I like Volcano Princess, which is more of a clone of Princess Maker, same kind of thing, but again, more like just play around, just make the character that you want to make. There's no like hard failure states or anything.
Yeah. Now, Crusader Kings 3.
Yeah.
Did we play that? Did you talk me through that one? Is that the one you talked me through?
I can't remember. I've always wanted you to play it because I think you'd love it, but I don't think you ever have.
I think we spent an evening or something playing it through together, and I liked it, but I didn't ever go back to it. Which is, it is, you lean towards short games, and Crusader Kings 3 is like the opposite of a short game. Yeah, it's an enormous time sink if you get into it. Okay, Left 4 Dead 2. You've given that a 9. Now we've played a fair amount of that over the years. I do like playing that with the group.
The amount of fun I've had playing Left 4 Dead 2 over the years, I can't give it lower than a 9. It's not a 10 because it's not like a perfect game, but I've had so much fun playing that. I love it. For me, it's by far the best of the 4-player, let's go in cooperatively, go through a map and shoot stuff games. Like, I never took to Vermintide at all.
Love Vermintide too. Love it.
For me, it's the level design and the mechanics. Left 4 Dead 2 is what resonates for me.
See, I wish we played more Vermintide. I love Vermintide.
Yeah, I don't enjoy Vermintide.
Have you given it a score?
No, I've played so many fucking games.
Drew, can you move the mic away from your face a bit?
Sorry,
still used to the snowball.
Yeah, I've played it. I'm not going to rate every game I've ever played because that's silly. That would take me far too long. And there's a lot of games that I don't really have strong feelings about. If it's not something I've played in the last 5 years and I don't have strong feelings about it, I'm not rating it.
Okay. Should I rate my naughty games like MILF?
I'm
MILF
currently
Plaza?
toying with that. Yeah, I've got them on a sort of backlog, and I've got to decide whether because first of all, am I rating? Because I'm not really ashamed. It's not about that. It's just, how do you rate a porn game against Morrowind? Like, how do they? Morrowind's not really the best choice for that, but you know what I mean. They're almost different things.
How many have I got? Like, I've only got like about 5, and
I also I go out of my way to just for human curiosity and exposing myself to uncomfortable things. I go out of my way to play the most repulsive ones.
Well, that would mean I'd have to rate the Human Centipede.
yeah.
And I don't know if I could do that, because these are like, theoretically these should all get 1s. All the Human Centipede should get 1s.
Well, I recently I played it years ago, but I was like, what? The other day I was like, was that game as disgusting as I remembered? And I replayed it, and it is. It's called Euphoria. If anybody wants to look it up, it's a Japanese hentai game that is really disgusting. And do I rate that? Because it is. It's like human. Yeah, it is like Human Centipede. You watch or play these things not to get off on them. Or, I mean, some people do for sure. That's not why I'm playing. I'm playing it to, like, I think it's again, horror films. It's, you want to confront yourself with darkness sometimes and see how you respond to it.
Yeah, see, MILF Plaza is just like, it was a game that I thought was quite well drawn.
yeah.
And it turned out to like just suck me in a little bit with, I'm not going to say like full, like it had a bit of a story and it had a bit of a cadence to it.
Yeah.
And I think I spent like
a porn game. It's not like I don't want to speak for everybody, but like, when I play a porn game, even if it's one that, because I think you lean MILFy, right? That's your lean,
MILFy and
even
curvy.
when it's one that MILFy and curvy, even when it's one that aligns with my preferences, like I'm not really. There's some arousal going on, but I'm not sitting there whacking off while playing a porn game. Is the point I'm trying to make. It's not how they work for me.
No, but there's too much going on.
I might, there's too much. In the good ones,
it's a bit like controversial. It's a bit like 69s, right? Too much going on. right? Just take it in
69 is
turns.
the
It's fine.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah. 100%. Yeah, I agree about 69s. Yeah, or the worst of all.
we all know it. Everyone knows it. It's just it's one of those things that might. Yeah, like it's
two people doing a bad jobly. A bad jobly. A job bad.
a bad jobly. I mean, either works, kind of, doesn't it?
Either works. You don't want to do a job bad. I said it right when I tried to say it wrong.
You don't want to do a bod dad.
A good poor game. It is titillating. I am titillated, but I'm also thinking about, because I play the more RPG ones as much as possible. I'm also thinking about the things you're thinking about when you're playing an RPG. What's my strategy? What's my gear? What's my build?
Yeah,
and it's fun. It's fun to be. It's a very American thing to want to just abstract sex out of things, sexuality, and we should reject and resist that. Like sexuality and sex being in, and not in that very. A lot of, not to be whatever, but a lot of like games on Steam that LGBT plus, like you can be gay in this game, and it's a very bland, denatured version of what sexuality is. It's bloodless. It's cozy. It's wholesome. Like I want sex. I don't care what fucking genders and genitals anybody's got, but I want actual human sexy sex. I want fucking.
Well, there's actually, interestingly enough, there is quite an LGBT game that I do quite like, pixel art, I'm afraid, called Hard Coded, and you're a robot of indeterminate gender, I think, or you're I don't know, like the gender's all a bit like.
Well, I mean, so in some of the things I play, like gender is when I'm fucking like a cosmic tentacle monster. Gender's kind of fucking beside the point at that point, and that's what I like. Like I don't fucking care.
But that's quite like there's like, because like you're having like sex with a robot, but like they just happen to have a dick that day or something. Like there's a lot of robots there that and through the use of robots, sort of question sex and gender and that kind of thing. It's kind of interesting, but also sexy.
There's a game called something like, oh no, my fiance is a demon princess or something like that. And the story is a demon princess, for some reason, comes to you from another dimension and wants you to fuck somebody from all of the demon realms or something. And one of the demon realms is the Nazi Antarctic, where a Nazi princess is in charge of the Antarctic. And they're actual Nazis in the game. It's a Japanese game.
Okay.
And she's a robot. And you sort of have sex with her, but then it turns out her cylindrical robot companion, who is literally just a black cylinder, is more in love with you, and you're more in love with it. So you end up with a black cylinder as your
inanimate carbon rod
in the game. a chunky cylinder. More like an old style bin.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're having sex with that. And that's what I want. I want the wish. I want the stuff that makes no fucking sense. I want my Nazi fucking Antarctic bin princess.
God, why are the most problematic women the sexiest? It's like Kim Jong-un's sister.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Yeah.
Or Ben Shapiro's sister. She's gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. I was trying to think the other day. I was thinking about this, and I was like, are there any attractive left-wing women? Of course there are. There's some, but
loads, I'm sure.
But like the only one I can actually think, I do actually find Zara Sultana very, very attractive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, but she's the only one I could, in terms of mainstream politics, like commentators and stuff, sure, but mainstream politics, that's the only one I could think of.
Yeah.
We listed off. We were on the space version the other day. We were rattling off like 6 or 7. It was just the names kept coming up, But like
Penny Mordaunt. Oh no, we covered her.
I'd like to cover her.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see. The thing is, I don't know if there is like a pattern here, whether or not there's a forbidden.
I think there's something.
Lust kind of thing.
Yeah, I think there's something going on.
Or like with Kim Jong-un's sister, it's like, well, she might kill you, and she can. It's like,
and there is, that's part of the attraction for sure. Yeah.
But I don't like myself for it. because like
I don't. It's fine. I think it comes in again, coming into like the disgusting hentai games that I play. I think we need to learn. Like most people who are grown up and sensible know this, but Americans don't. Like what your fantasy life and your real life are not connected. Like if you want to enact, there's certain fantasies, yes, that are like you want to enact in reality, but then there's other fantasies that only function as a fantasy. If you tried to bring that into the real world, it would either be evil or
smelly.
Just wouldn't work. Wouldn't make sense. You what? Sorry,
like
yeah.
There's a lot of things like sexy things that look great on porn are just really smelly, and it's like, you know what? Maybe
don't.
Some people like the smell, but I'm not that guy.
But it's people need to learn that it's okay to fantasize about things that are evil. If it's just a fact, like I know many of the girlfriends I've had have had rape fantasies. Right, that's a fairly common fantasy for women, because it's about power and domination and the things that come into sexual play. That doesn't mean you want to be raped.
No.
It's the two aren't.
Yeah. It's like,
okay, it's okay to fantasize about stuff.
It's the entire basis of the Grand Theft Auto games. Like, I'm the last person that would ever carjack.
Well, American culture is very comfortable with this idea in terms of violence. We can all have violent fantasies and fantasize about violence, but as soon as it's sex, like, we can't. That means you're a terrible person.
Yeah. It does seem like it's, although we have imported some of that over here as well, to be honest.
Well, yeah, no, very much so. I think the whole world has been influenced by that, and we need to back out of that. That's not healthy.
Yeah. Yep, that is true. How did we get onto this from Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh, not a fucking clue. Oh, you were wondering about whether to include porn games.
That's it.
I've got a game called Custom Order Made 3D2 It's a Night Magic.
Okay.
Classic Japanese titling. And that is about you run a casino / coffee shop / restaurant / brothel.
Yeah.
Where the maids are the prostitutes, and your job is to train the maids. Okay. And they're virtually captives. Right? So you have to train them up in various sexual skills and then pimp them out. And I don't think that's something that I would encourage in the real world. But it's a very fun game. It has very good blackjack in it, which I've spent about half of my time playing the blackjack.
Yeah, no, I've played games like that. I'm sure I've got one in my Steam library. Sexy blackjack games, right? Because the thing is, right, with blackjack, really, is that as a game, it means nothing unless you get a reward, right? So because when I was a fair bit younger, I used to enjoy playing blackjack at casinos. Now I'm a bit more sensible, but it was fun. It was thrilling. The trouble is, if you can't just play that on a computer with like your money being numbers, you don't get that same kind of connection. But if a woman is slowly undressing every time you win a couple of hands,
you've got to,
or poker.
In this particular one, when I play the blackjack, I get money that I can use to buy pretty outfits for my maids. So that's the incentive.
Yeah, I like the game of blackjack, but without stakes, or even poker, but without stakes. Also, I'm shit at poker, so I like to play against the computer where I can kind of, I don't know, like computers are easy to play because they don't, I don't know, like they make sense.
They're predictable.
I don't want to say that they don't bluff, but they don't. I don't know.
Even when they're bluffing, it's done in a predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a game I played. I was looking through the disgusting games that I've got on Steam recently because I was like, I forgot about that one. There's one called Material Girl, which has since been removed from Steam, and that was just you play a young girl that needs to make money, and one of the ways you can make money is just by sucking dicks. So I've spent so much time in that game just sucking dicks, and I really enjoyed it. I was priding myself on how good a blowjob I was giving. And I want to explore these things.
Yeah. Okay, so I've noticed a couple of extra ones here, actually. Oh, well, Caves of Hood. Again, another one, for probably the similar reason as Crusader Kings 3, we've played together, I've enjoyed, and not gone back into, because it's such a thick game.
Yeah, it is. I think now they've added the mode that should have been in from the beginning, where it's not, that game should never have been a roguelike game. Because it's too big. That should have been a traditional RPG, and they've got that mode in now. If you die, the worst thing that happens is you go back to the last settlement that you were at, which is manageable. So yeah, I would say in that mode, I think you'd really enjoy it. I know I say this too much, but it's very Morrowindy. It's a very weird, interesting world with deep lore, deep mythology. Lots to discover and lots of ways you can play it. I think you'd enjoy it. Yeah.
What's Trivia Tricks?
That's just a trivia game on Steam. It's like a game. I think have you not played it? It's like a game show, and we play multiplayer. Only one person needs to own it, which is great. And you all play together, and it's trivia questions, and you can choose the categories and stuff. And it's like, it looks like shit. It's fucking annoying with this fake presenter, but I fucking love trivia, and it's the best way of playing trivia together.
Oh, I think we have played it together before, actually. Okay, so you've given Divinity Original Sin a 2. No, you haven't. You've given it an 8. No, you haven't. Okay, let me start again. You've given Divinity Original Sin 2 an 8.
Yes.
That feels about right, isn't it? It's an excellent game. We're playing through again, our second playthrough. One thing I have noticed, Ed, am I an archer yet? Did I respec as an archer?
Yes. You did right at the end of our last session, yeah.
So that'd be interesting. It feels weird that, like, being an archer without being glass cannon, I kind of had a lot of...
You wanted to, yeah, right. Yeah,
but you can't play glass cannon without playing...
Yeah, that does feel kind of a hindrance, yeah, actually, with the archer. Because the archer is the easiest one, the best and easiest one to play glass cannon, because you can just stay far away from everything. Yeah. So it's rewarding to do it that way and just do ridiculous damage. So yeah, you're getting more benefits from Lone Wolf than you would from glass cannon, and that's why it's not allowed. I don't like that it's not allowed to let us make broken builds. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a mod that re-enables it. I'd be perfectly willing to try that.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we install mods whilst in the middle of a game?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I've never actually used the mod on it, but yeah, let's look for that.
Yeah, I'd be down for that, and then we can get glass cannon, that kind of thing. Yeah, no, I love Divinity Original Sin 2. I've only ever played it multiplayer, but to me it just seems like a game that is made to be multiplayer.
Yeah, it's good. It's good single player. It's perfectly fun single player, but it works. It's not that it. There's been a lot of games over the years that I've been like, I'd love to play this multiplayer. And then either like a multiplayer mod comes out or a multiplayer version of a similar kind of game, and it's like, that doesn't... Borderlands is a very good example. Always wanted to do like a run and gun loot and shooter multiplayer. But you play Borderlands multiplayer and it diminishes the experience rather than amplifying it. Whereas Divinity 2 just works well. They've thought how that should work cooperatively, and it works superbly.
I don't mind Borderlands as a multiplayer. I've only ever played like short stints at it, but it seems
a lot of
fine.
It just gets a bit, because naturally somebody's taking control of what missions you're doing next. So your experience is just being driven somewhere and then shooting and then being driven somewhere and shooting. Okay. You don't really feel as engaged in the world. And if you want I don't want to be the one making decisions. That's not the problem. Just it's enjoyable cooperatively. It's just I'd rather play it on my own, honestly.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Nice to see you gave that an 8. That is a Hall of Fame game.
I was going to say Divinity. Probably the first or second time I played it, I probably would have given it a 10.
Yeah,
I think I'm just now a bit. It's not that it's got worse, or my opinion of it is. It's just overly familiar, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, San Andreas is the only really good GTA game.
It's not my favorite GTA game.
What's your favorite?
Vice City.
That's the other acceptable choice, I think. I prefer San Andreas quite substantially, but I get the Vice. I mean, in the 90s I was a gangster rap kid.
Yeah. So it probably speaks more to you, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. I
love San Andreas. The reason it's too big. There's too much. It's too long a game. But also it's weird because that is also a strong strength of it.
Yeah.
Because it is so vast. You've got airplanes and you've got like huge swathes of desert that you just don't get in very many games.
I've also actually back in the day I was always like they should just unlock all the regions from the beginning. It was very frustrating that, especially when you start a new playthrough and you're like, I want to go to the desert and I've got to do all these fucking story missions before I can go to the desert. And then I've played games since that did that approach where they unlock everything in the beginning, and I've realized, it's too much of a good thing. It's nice to have that being limited to this area and then your world expanding. That feels good. Like, I think I actually prefer that way of doing it now.
Okay. See. Okay, yes, for a first playthrough, but for a new game plus, once you know
definitely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Or the option to sometimes re-experience it. It should be the choice. Yeah. Second time through should be a choice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because there are bits of the world that you only explore through the plot, and you'd never even go there otherwise. It would just not exist.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I would give it an 8, and the only reason it's not a 10 is because I don't know. Like, if it was smaller, it would not be San Andreas. Like, I don't know. It's an impossible. It feels a little bit like there is no way to make Grand Theft Auto San Andreas a 10, but it is one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah, I think for me, I think I've not played it for a while, and I didn't want to overrate it. It's probably. I think 9 might be more accurate because it's not Morrowind. Morrowind is the benchmark.
Yeah.
And my reaction to San Andreas wasn't the same as my reaction to Morrowind, so I can't give it a 10. But like 9, I think I just need to. Next time I replay it, I might bump it up.
Okay, here's what I would have done with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, as I would do with a lot of games that function in that kind of way, is I'd have a much, much shorter main quest, as it were, and more Thieves Guild, Fighters Guild side quests.
Because this comes up a lot. I like a long game. I like a big game. But there's a lot of games lately, the sort of collectors on you, which are very big, but very bland. Like, when I say a game's got to be big, it's got to be big in the way that Morrowind's big. It's got to be big and filled with interesting stuff. Interesting, unique, diverse stuff. Not just big with, here's a new settlement where you've got to collect 30 of this and 30 of this. And I don't care about that. The Witcher style, I don't fucking care. That's not big.
Could never get into the Witcher games, no.
No, me either. No. And for me, San Andreas, the main plot lines are not why I play. I play to explore, and like little side quests would be fun in that way of playing, for sure. Like, the bigness is an asset to me, but I don't care about the main story.
Also, to me, particularly
main story is good.
Yeah,
it's just that it's not what I play for.
Like with with Vice City, I quite like the ambulance missions, and I like and I like just having a podcast on in the background and then just playing around, just driving around like that.
Absolutely.
So more, but slightly more interesting variants on that for a lot of it. I'm not super into the racing bits of it. They're fun from time to time.
I do like the racing bit. Did you play 5?
No.
So it's what I said. It's all open from the beginning.
Okay.
But it feels, and they've clearly put more effort into, like, the story missions are very, for me, like, overwritten, overproduced. It's too much. It's too much about the story missions, and the world is far more interactable and stuff. There's far more to do, but it just feels bland to me compared to San Andreas. It's lacking that character. It's lacking that rawness.
I couldn't get into 4 either. Like,
4 I hate.
4 just, I don't know, was a flop.
Fucking boring.
It was that period of time where everything was grey.
Everything was grey. Everything was over serious.
Yeah,
they were trying to take GTA and make it like an HBO show in terms of it just. I don't know, it's not what I'm there for. I'm there for comic book silliness.
I like GTA 2 and to a lesser extent GTA 1, although I don't know how well that's aged now.
I played them a bit, but they were arcadey games. I think they were very different kettle of fish. I don't think they're even. I don't even consider them the same. And
I like GTA 3, but it very much overstays its welcome. That game needed to be so much smaller in so many ways because they didn't know what they were doing with that. They were still working out what GTA was at that time.
Yeah.
So the first island and the first island missions, 10 out of 10. But when you got beyond that, the missions started becoming incredibly repetitive, but just more difficult. I think they call the term Nintendo hard or something. Where it was just like you've got checkpoints to like drive to, but they just get more difficult. And it's like I don't want more difficult. I want just a bit more.
I think I enjoyed it at the time, but I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, But like playing it in retrospect, it just feels like a prototype for Vice City and San Andreas. It feels like not finished.
Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, if I was ever to do like a gameplay video series on it, I would only do GTA 3 First Island. That's not to say that the other islands weren't good, but they peter out like off a cliff. But they just And the whole game could have been set on that first island, and they could have just done more missions on that island, so it would have been more dense because the first island felt big enough, and just made it more dense and about half as long, and it would have been excellent. And then more side stuff.
Even then, Vice City is just better. It's the same thing.
Well, Vice City was smaller, because it's
it was.
What's good about Vice City is that because it was smaller, you knew the alleyways, you knew the bits to weave in and out of.
Yeah.
And that made the car chases fun. You became really familiar with that world, and that became quite nice. Yeah.
I think you still get that in San Andreas because the actual urban area is quite small.
Yeah.
Relatively small. And it's countryside between. I like having the countryside. I like driving through the rural parts and driving through the desert. I find that really fun.
Yeah, but like the speed run for Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is about 6 hours long, which for a speed run is.
Well, the speed run for Morrowind is like 6 minutes.
Yes. It depends if you count see, the thing is with Morrowind, what do you count as a glitch? Like you got because I
don't count because alchemy is what people abuse to do the speedrun fast. And I don't think that's a glitch. I think that's an intended system. I don't think they understood quite how ramped up it would get, but like the mechanic is intentional.
Yeah, tough to say. I don't.
It's a non-linear game. You can go straight to Daggerthur. They could have gated it because the GTA games are more. You have to do this mission to do this mission to do this mission. Whereas in Morrowind, you can go straight to the final boss immediately from the beginning of the game and kill him if you're strong enough.
But Morrowind's unlocked all the way through from the beginning, day one, even Solstheim.
Well, it is gated really because if you're playing normally for your first time, you cannot go to Daggerthur. In the first hour, you will get obliterated long before you get there. It's gated by being a statically leveled world with enemies here are tougher than enemies here, which is one of the mistakes that Oblivion made, which is why it's only worth a 6.
Okay, hang on a minute. Before we get on to that, Portal 1 and 2, you've both given an 8.
Yeah, very, very good games.
I still think you've low.
And I can't.
They're 10s.
But not again. It's not. It doesn't live with me the way that Morrowind does, or even Mountain Blade or something.
Oh, okay. Okay. If that's 9 and 10, Portal 2 gets a 10. Portal gets a 9.
Yeah. See, my ex Katja has spent many hours talking to me about why Portal 1 is better than Portal 2. And I personally, subjectively, I like Portal 2 more. But her arguments are very fucking strong. And I'll boil them down very briefly. Mm-hmm. It's partly about just atmosphere. Like Portal 1 has a very distinct, very specific atmosphere that it 100% nails. Mm-hmm. And it's secondly, the complexity of the puzzles. The puzzles are just more complex than the first one. There's certain I can't remember the details, she talks about them. There's certain kinds of jumps and stuff that you have to do in the first one that people, some bottom end of people struggled with, so they just got rid of them in the second game, and that is a shame.
Those points are valid and correct in my opinion. And Portal 1 was tighter. And the atmosphere of there being like something slightly sinister but slightly funny, that kind of drifts away a little bit in the second one where it's just funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thematically, Portal 1 is more complex in a good way. The puzzles, they're tighter and
more demanding, more harder.
I've played it so many times I couldn't remember, but I guess
there is that part of it as well. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I can agree with that as well. But
go on.
Oh, and also the length. Perfect length for the game it is.
Yeah, see, I know
I put a lot of weight on length, but to me it's important. And you can play Portal.
Well, I mean, it's important for me in the opposite way, which I think is interesting. It's interesting that we have these opposite, and yet we both love Morrowind, which is an enormous game, and Divinity 2, which is also enormous.
Yeah. See, 1 for what it is a masterpiece.
Yes, yeah. Whereas I don't think 2 is. I don't think 1 for what it is a masterpiece. 2 for what it is falls further short of being a masterpiece. And yeah, I do prefer 2. One of the things I really love about 2 is the way that you're doing archaeology. You literally go deeper into this facility and you go back in time as you go deeper. I love that. I love exploring the history of
and how the storytelling for that is brilliant.
It's really good. Very, yeah. And that makes me, because I enjoyed 2 more. I definitely enjoyed 2 more. But I think objectively 1 is a better game. Like you say, it's, for what it is, it's almost perfect. 2, for what it is, there's messes. There's bits and bobs that aren't perfect. And also, elephant in the room. If Wheatley's in my head, if I remember that Wheatley's in the game, that game's a fucking 1. I have searched so hard for a way to mod Wheatley out of the fucking game when I want to replay it. Because I replay it forgetting that Wheatley's a thing. And then I get to that beginning bit and I'm like, I can't sit through his fucking dialogue again. I literally can't do it. I hate Wheatley.
Oh, damn. It's cutesy robots. It's cutesy robots.
Yeah, possibly even worse than Claptrap. Claptrap's
no. Don't be silly.
Claptrap is more annoying, but more ignorable. Wheatley is just Stephen Merchant being his stupid fucking almost comedy, shitty fucking cunt self for like hours on end, and you have to listen to it. You're directed to listen to it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Here's the thing. I'm kind of judging the 2 games on very different criteria because, to me, the overwhelming majority of Portal 2 is co-op.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Wheatley is not in the co-op at all,
which is great. Yeah, and the 2 robots they've got in the co-op, cutesy robots that are actually cute. I enjoy them.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, are they that cutesy? They're a little bit cutesy, I guess. Yeah,
they're the right kind of cutesy. They're not. Look at how fucking funny. There's an added layer on because Stephen Merchant, his style of comedy, his presentation, the way he talks, everything about him, not my cup of tea. Right? Don't enjoy it, which is fine because I just don't have to watch things he's in. But there's the added layer of the way in which Americans find British comedy funny.
Yes.
And then when Americans put a British comedian in something, they amp up those aspects, which are the aspects that I find irritating. So it's even worse than normal. It's Stephen Merchant plus the American take on British comedy. And I just keep saying I hate it because I cannot express how much it makes me feel sick. I have to sit through it.
So, I don't feel like I'm judging the whole of the game now because to me, Portal is multiplayer. Like, there's no other. Like,
I enjoyed the co-op. I played it with my friend who I played all co-op games with back in the day, and we played it very efficiently. Like, we got all the achievements and everything. We 100%ed it, and some of that is really fun. But it's the kind of co-op. Once I've played it, I can't really play it again.
But the community maps are great.
Yeah, I don't really. It's that part of my brain that wants the authored experience. Like if I'm playing, I'm like, that's all right, but it's it's not real. Whereas you're better able to engage. I wish I could. It's just we've
played community maps and enjoyed them together.
Yeah, but they don't feel authentic to me, and I know that's artificial. I know that's a problem with my brain, but they just never quite fit. They're not the real thing. They're very good and they're very enjoyable, and I'll be happy to do them again. But I don't. That doesn't. Kind of like you said, you're not judging the whole game. I can't judge them as part of the game. They're external.
But they both get 10s.
I wouldn't say 10, but yeah, high, very high. Yeah.
Because again, the length of the game is good, especially the co-op. The co-op, like authored experience, as it were, main quest. I don't know what you call it, and
it's excellent.
Yeah.
It does suffer the problem. Which is why I think Divinity 2 is a particularly good co-op game, because it doesn't suffer this problem. A lot of co-op games, and Portal is very bad for this, is when you're playing it co-op, it's 2 people standing in a room, one of them will get it, and then just make the other one do the stuff. It's not like you are working it out together. I wish it were. I wish they could find a way where you work out bits of the puzzle, through collaboration. That's not how it works. One person solves it, and then goes, put a thing there, put a thing there, put a thing there, put a thing there. Which is, I'm not saying that's not fun, but it actually being like we were here, like it actually being collaborative would be better. I think that's a better kind of co-op.
Okay, all right, that's valid. I don't know if it brings it down from a 10 because I cut, but like,
I mean, that's what it's inherently what it is. It's not really a failing as such, but I prefer the co-op games that are more collaborative than that.
Hades, you've put that as an 8. I like Hades. It's been a while since I played it.
Yeah, 8 might be too high. I think so. I enjoy it very much, but it's got all the problems for me of all roguelike games where I just wish it was a normal game. I enjoy it despite the roguelikeness.
No, I like roguelikes a bit more than you, I think.
So I used to like them a lot. Part of it is I've just burned out on them. Part of it is oversaturation. I've seen so many interesting looking RPG games, and then it's like, oh, it's fucking roguelikes. I'm going to be playing the same hour of game over and over again because I want the long form experience. I want a game that I played as long as I played Hades, but progressing through all of it rather than resetting every hour.
Yeah. Okay, we were here too. Isn't one of those supposed to be better than the other? I've forgotten the one that I've played.
Well, for me, so the order is the first one, I can't remember the names. The first one was a free one, and that was very good. The second one was a paid one that was had a bit more going on than the free one, and that was also excellent.
Is that the one that we were here too, the one that me and Hamish played?
I think so, yeah. That's the second. That's the first paid one, which is very good.
Yeah, I like that one, yeah.
Yeah. And then third and fourth, and I've not played if the fifth is, but they just get progressively worse afterwards.
Yeah.
The puzzles just get. It was very good at a very particular thing. Like for me, did you play the one with the maze in it at the end with Hamish? I think you did. Yeah, when one of you is going through a maze and the other one is looking from above and trying to describe how to navigate the maze. That's the epitome of when that game is successful for me, because it's frustrating in the right amount, but there is something concrete to it. Is the problem is communication. That's what these games are genius at. Yeah. The solution is not hard. It's communicating the solution that is the hard thing. Finding the words, finding the shared language.
Yeah,
I love that, and those games are really good at that. The subsequent games become more about here's a very complex thing. Communicate. I'm not describing it, but they don't capture that. Just finding a shared language, which is they're more discrete problems that you've got to describe in an inherently complex way versus something that's hard to describe in a sort of amorphous way and finding a language to describe it, which is more about communication than about problem solving directly. That makes sense. I feel like I explained that poorly, but
no, you've nailed it, and that's what I like. Basically, we were here too, like the Crystal Maze, kind of maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. There was a funny bit when I was playing in one of them with Danny, right, where one of you's moving chess pieces and the other one has to describe how to move the chess pieces, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it kept failing. And Danny, she's an angry person. She kept getting angrier and angrier with me. Like, I was the one moving pieces. It's like, why are you doing this wrong? I'm telling you the solution. Why are you doing it wrong? Because we kept failing. Eventually, it turns out she was referring to bishops as knights. Because they look like men in a suit of armor. And that's why we kept failing. And when we discovered that, she was still angry with me.
Oh, okay. Well, should have worked that one out quicker, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Now we've got two broken swords here: Shadow of the Templars and Sleeping Dragon. I forget which one's which. They're so named so generically.
I wish they were just called 1 and 2. Yeah. Shadow of the Templars is the first one, which is very good.
Yeah.
What was the other one you said?
Sleeping Dragon.
Is that the second one? I think that's the second. No,
is that the third one?
That's the third one.
You like the third one?
I love the third one. I want you to play the third one. I love I think the third one's as good as the first one. Most people at the time didn't like it because it took a different form. It's 3D and sort of third person, like you're moving in a different way. Like it's keyboard driven more than mouse, which was weird for people. But I love the story. I love the puzzles. There's stealth parts that I actually enjoy and everybody else hates. There's box pushing puzzles that everybody else hates and I really fucking enjoy. I love the third game. The second game was I think intended to be the same quality as the first one, but they run out of time or budget or something, so they rush released it. It wasn't finished. So the second one's a bit iffy, and all of the subsequent ones after 3 are horrible.
5 is great.
I haven't played 5. 4 was so bad that I haven't played 5.
Oh, okay. 5 is a return to form, and is, in my opinion, one of the best. I don't know. They're all great.
Is it made by the people who are responsible for the remasters of the first 2? Because they were fucking horrible, and I don't want to play anything by those people.
I don't know, but I know I really enjoyed it. It was
based on that. I'll give it a go. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Have you
just
played the third one.
Sorry.
Have you played the third one?
No. Not at all. Not once.
Yeah,
I own it.
I think we talked about. I think when we're done with the second Deus Ex game, I'd like to watch you play that because I think you'd enjoy it. I think you'd be on my side.
Who's really keen to see us play? Is it Wing or Subderm or
somebody is, aren't they? Yeah, I can't remember.
Someone we know is like really into all the Broken Swords. I like the Broken Swords. I like them all. I don't mind the remasters. I like the remasters.
I hate the remasters. They just all the stuff they add is either boring or wrong.
Well, they just do the graphics, don't they?
No, they added sections in. They added new writing. It's horrible. Like the new writing they added is fucking horrible, and the sections they added just make the game tedious. Yeah, no, they really ruined them. Okay. Like if you're going to play them, play the original versions.
Right. Okay. Here's one of my biggest beefs with your list. Why is Deus Ex at a 7?
Yeah. Okay. So over recent years, I have become less enamored with first-person games. I used to be very much about first-person games being true games and other games being less true, because it's something that only games can do. Only games can make you look through the eyes of a character and see the world as they would see it and engage with the world as them. Other media cannot do that, not explicitly, not with agency. But in recent years, without any philosophical basis, I've just back to I'm enjoying those. I know why it is, because there's so many slop games made by Ubisoft. Like these big open world. Because I thought my thing was big open world games, because Morrowind and because Deus Ex, big emergent gameplay open world games. But the modern version of those are horrible, and it's put me off that kind of thing as a whole. And I Deus Ex in particular, they're still very special to me, but when I go back and replay them now, it in a way that Morrowind does, they don't recapture that feeling for some reason. It's a very long form way of saying I don't enjoy them as much as I used to, and I don't quite know why.
I still do. I really like playing through them with you and Hamish as well.
I really enjoy watching you play through them. But when I go to play it myself, I'm like, nah, I've seen it all before.
I've just replayed them. It's one of those games I've replayed too many times.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe the same for me. And I think 7's still very high.
The only thing about Deus Ex that knocks it down in any way for me is its length. It is too long, way too long. By the time you've taken Vandenberg, the game should have ended.
I like a long game, and they're too long for me. You could take a fifth out for me. You could take a fifth out toward the end, and it'd be a better game. Because by the time, this came through when I was watching you play. There's a point in the game where you're just like, I'm kind of just waiting for it to end now. I'm just going through the motions until it ends, and that's a problem. And also, so either there should have been a ramp up in what you're seeing, or cut that out, because it's just more of the same.
They should. To be honest, I would say it should have ended at Paris. Not at, like you should have done the final stretch of the game at Paris. Once you've done Paris. Then you go to Morgan Everett's home, and then you go to Vandenberg, and then you go to the petrol station, which is a good level in and of itself.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Ocean Lab. Underwater base.
Yeah. And enjoy all those levels, though. Like the problem isn't the levels. The levels is fine. I think it's not introducing anything new, either conceptually or mechanically at that point.
You could even have had something like them as side quests in one of the hub or something like that. But the fact that it was just like it was such a that they just make the game too long. Yeah. Also, those final after Paris, it gets so much more linear for so long.
I think that's actually the bigger problem. Yeah, I think that's it. Because for me, I don't know if it's the same for you. For me, the high point of the game is Hong Kong when you break into Visa Life, whatever it's called.
First Life.
And going just deeper and deeper into this secret. You've got the big city that you explore, which is really cool to begin with. And then you discover there's essentially a big secret scientific military base under the city, like enormous, and you get to explore it, secretly. Yeah. That just feels really
in chunks,
cool.
Piece by piece as well.
Yeah.
You go in, you do this. You go in, you do that.
Yeah. And by the time you're done, you know that place inside out. You know this big, enormous secret establishment. You know it inside out.
Yeah.
Like, that feels good. And there's nothing after that. It reaches that peak. I do like the bit where I can't remember where it is, but I think it's a military base where there's like a big ship in a dock, like inside a big building in a military base.
That's
Is that Vandenberg?
Vandenberg. No, that's in New York. It's when you return to New York. It's a New York Naval Shipyards.
Yeah, that place is cool as well.
Yeah.
Again,
but that was quite non-linear because all you had to do was blow up the 4 points.
Yeah.
So it could have been less linear. Like you had to reverse the bilge pumps or whatever. Like they could have added more ways to complete that mission, which would have made it.
I think that's it. I think you've identified it. The later missions lack that sense of I'm doing this in my own unique way, which doesn't need to be true. It's not whether that's true or not that's the point, but it feels like it feels like you're discovering your own path through this thing, and the later ones don't have that.
I'd rather have them added the depth to the missions up to Paris, and then one final budumph.
Because I find Paris quite boring.
Now Paris can be saved because the thing is with Paris is partly because you arrive at Paris unable to explore it, because it's locked down. So it'd be great if you could have gone to Paris, done a mission in Paris or a couple of missions in Paris, then the city gets locked down because then you know the way around. But you can never truly explore the city because you arrive as it's locked down. So but it's non-linear and it's a really nice city, and I love the bits that they've added. But the trouble is, you are so disincentivized from exploring it because it's just not worth the effort. You've already got the gear that you need. You've already got the augmentations that you need. There isn't really that incentive to explore Paris.
That's a big part of it as well. Yeah, I think you've identified the two things that are it, because you've got all your augmentations at that point as well. So and that is such an incentive for you find one of those augmentation canister. New augmentation, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Which you don't have again. You don't have later. It's like, do I want to swap out? Which no, I chose this one for a reason.
Yeah. Well, you can't swap out in the first game.
Oh, you're not even swap out.
No. Which actually I think is great. Which is one of the things so actually, just go.
Yep, go
on. Sorry, I just wanted to go on to Invisible War because you've put a 6, 1 down.
Yeah, did it? I thought I rated it. That's supposed to be a 7. Honestly, I think I intended to rate those the same. I will fix that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I thought about it for a bit, and I think they've both got failings, but they've got different failings.
Yeah.
And I think they're equally good. Yeah. So
I would be replaying it. I would be interested to see how much depth their political world has to it.
Yeah.
Because
they don't go into much depth, but I think the political positions, they're comic book, but I think they're coherent. They're not deep, but they're coherent. They represent genuinely competing factions that exist in this world and make sense.
Yeah, or that would exist in their world.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. First of all, Invisible War, right length. It is perfect length of the game.
It is. Yeah, it's a good length. Yeah.
The aesthetic is maybe a little bit too consistent across the whole game. So you travel the world, but so much of the assets feel like they're being reused.
Yeah.
That you never truly feel like you've travelled.
That's probably console limitation, because it was the first one that came out on consoles, wasn't it? I think it's console limitation.
Not a huge problem for me, and in a way, it's one of those things that I've come to, I don't know, love about Invisible War, even though it's clearly a fault. It's
I know what you mean. There's a regularity to it, because it's kind of the system. They're kind of puzzle games.
Yeah.
And having recognizable components in your puzzle games that I know what that is. I know how to, I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm perfectly okay.
All the vents look the same.
I don't know. It's one of those ones that comes up a lot, but also the universal ammo. Yes, that's the correct thing to do in those games. That's fine.
Sorry, the what?
The universal ammo.
Yeah, I guess.
In principle, I like the idea of here's a very powerful weapon, you get very little ammo for it. But they kind of did that by making them all use different amounts anyway. Because you can never really take the sniper rifle in the first game, certainly on your first playthrough when you didn't know the game inside, because you just didn't get enough ammo for it.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. The missions, almost all of the missions had multiple ways to do it with multiple outcomes.
I think on a basic level, other than the high points, because I don't think you can beat Hong Kong in the first game. That is the high point of the series for me. That Visa Life, sneaking into that is the high point of the series. but the average quality of the missions in the second one, I think, is higher.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't know. Yeah, no, sorry. Invisible War and Deus Ex both have to get a 10.
They're not 10. They're not 10s to me. They used to be. If I made this list even like 5 years ago, they would both have been 10s.
10s don't have to be perfect in this list. They just have to be like.
No, I agree. Yeah. But I enjoy them less now, and I think they have been. They've been. My opinion has been coloured by what because. It's another thing we mention all the time, but that era around 2000, you know, we had Morrowind, we had Deus Ex, we had Half-Life, and we saw a trajectory that games were going in, like more emergence, more complexity in the world, that kind of stuff. The things that Deus Ex in particular promised, and that never came. And I'm sort of judging them a little bit for that. That never. Morrowind, you could argue that it came in other form, not in the big open world RPGs. They became bland as fuck, but in the roguelikes and stuff, that emergence. Did have a representation, but the Deus Ex model that just went nowhere. You got Dishonored, Hitman, arguably, but nothing. They didn't revolutionize games in the way they should have done, and my sadness about that infects my opinion of them or something. I don't know.
Hello, we've got a visit from Rosie. Hello. Okay. All right. Yeah, it is late. It is tea time, isn't it? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was something else. All right. We'll wrap up in a little bit and yeah, because I'm a bit hungry too. All right. Love you. Okay. I do have to ask though. All right. So I don't know. Can we wrap this up in 10 minutes or something like that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But there are a few I want to knock out. I mean, we're already
very briefly. The modern Deus Ex games. I kind of think they're almost as good as the first ones, but they're not. Again, they didn't follow that trajectory. They're more of the same. They're not building on it.
Yeah. Okay.
They're very good, but they didn't innovate on it. They just did it again.
Human Revolution is too long, and why they added the DLC in the middle of it was just so stupid. The DLC was great. Loved the DLC as a standalone thing. Even, you know, that was great. The fact that in the director's cut they put it into where it's chronologically where it was supposed to go.
I'm okay with that, except that they take all their powers off you. I don't like because it was supposed to be played standalone, so they take all your powers off you. You got it. Like fuck that. Put it in the middle, but find a way to not do that because that's fucking stupid.
No, just have a standalone. That's how you do it. Standalone game.
I don't want a standalone thing. I want it in the middle. If it's going to exist, I want it in the middle or wherever. But I don't.
But it makes the game too long. It makes the game way too long. And it's
the other one, Mankind Divided. I think I like more than you. It innovated a little bit. It went more narrative, and that was kind of interesting. It didn't have as many fucking. One of my problems with Human Revolution was the sheer number of computers to hack. Because of course I'm going to hack them all. But there was millions of them, and they're all boring.
I really do like Mankind Divided. I can't comment on its length. I don't know why I'm fixated on games' length right now. But because it's a cliffhanger ending that doesn't get picked up, I feel like there's too much retconning in it. All of that's fair. Yeah. It just feels I don't want to say the story gets a bit too unrealistic, but like, I don't know. And also the character of Adam Jensen, not that important. Like they try and make him important, but he's not.
Making them prequels. They should have done sequels. Why did you do prequels when we know where this ends up? I kind of hate that. Just as an impetus.
Yeah.
Should we move on for Deus Ex with limited time?
Okay. Yeah. Half-Life 7.
Half-Life 7.
Half-Life. See, there are a lot. This is a game that I love watching speedruns to, and all that stuff. But I don't think I don't enjoy playing it, and I don't think it's a very good game.
No,
I'd probably give it a 3, a 2.
That's low. Wow, because it was for its time, it revolutionized first-person shooters. That's hard to recognize, especially if you were born after it or came to games.
No, I played it when it came out.
No, I know you did. Did. It revolutionized first-person shooters. I love in the first one that the characters' motivations and your motivations as a player are unified without any dialogue. You both want to get to the surface. The character wants to get to the surface to live. You as a player want to get to the surface out of curiosity.
Yeah.
And I love that. And the second game fucks that up.
Yes. Also, Half-Life is too long.
Sorry, I'm okay with the length, but like every now and then, I'm like, oh, Half-Life, that was really good. I go back and play it. I get bored within like an hour. That's Like, so I do agree with you in a sense. I think it's an important game, but it's been surpassed now by like things like Stalker, for example.
A bit like Chaucer in a way, you know.
And the second one, shit.
The second
one is you. The first one is you as a character and you as a player deciding what to do constantly and doing it. The second one is just people yelling at you what to do, and you don't know why. You just do what they tell you to do, and that's not fun. Some of the environments were great, but I don't want to just. I want to decide what to do.
And the engine is good. The Source engine is
cool,
good.
yeah. And I love the hoverboat section that everybody hates.
I didn't like the hoverboat section that much. Okay, so you've given Oblivion a 6. 10.
I mean, given that we've only got a few minutes, you want to save that for part 2? Because that's going to be deep.
All right, yeah. Should we do this as a part 2?
Yeah.
Okay,
for Oblivion
cool.
in particular.
Okay,
part 2 will be Oblivion.
Part 2 will be Oblivion. What you're going to say in terms of faults, totally agree. Still a 10.
Yeah.
I've played it too much for it to be anything else.
It what? Too much, sorry?
I've played it too much for it to be anything else.
I've played Rocket League for going on, I think, over 8,000 hours. And it's not even on the list because I can't possibly give it more than a 5. But I've played it for 8,000 hours.
Cool. All right, should we wrap it up there?
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Excellent. All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope the microphone on my headset was okay.
I hope my microphone's okay. I hope that the people who hate us just talking about just think how we rated things. Or I mean, it led to discussions, didn't it? But I hope people find it interesting.
Yeah. Also, you for about half of this video were talking too close to the mic. I know it's like you got a habit of it because of the snowball, but I don't. Yeah, I mean, do you prefer using the Yeti?
No, I wanted a microphone where I don't have to do this all the time. So yeah, it's great. I just need to get into the habit. So yeah, pick me up on it when I'm doing it.
Cool. All right.
I should probably move this arm further backwards because this is actually the furthest back we can get it because of the snowball. So I should probably just move this arm like a foot backwards.
Yeah. Because you sound great when it's not like.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you in part 2 / maybe we'll do Space Virgin soon because we've got to get Megalopolis going.
I need to do that. I'm gonna have to fucking watch it. If we leave it too long, I'm gonna have to watch it again, and I really don't want to.
Okay. Well, I've got the day after tomorrow off, and the day after that.
Okay.
So what's that? Wednesday and Thursday. So.
Hit Amish up and see if he's up for that.
Yeah, I could do tomorrow evening if you want to get straight into it.
I could possibly do that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right.
We've got to do it before the hot weather comes back again as well.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Toodaloo, everyone at home.